Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Metals. We got Nash from Pure Metals in here tonight. We got Vegas Stacker, of course, and myself, Blue Collar Stacker. We're gonna have Stacker Factor, actually Stacker Pupper, but Stacker Pupper is bringing.
Oh, we lost your audio.
Yep.
We lost.
Lost collars on the
fritz.
Did you hear that phone call?
Oh,
Could you hear the phone call that I just got? Because
Did you answer it or no?
No, I didn't answer
No,
it.
because he's not answering my call.
Well, if you stupid enough not to answer your call, then screw him.
So what he was going to say is, Stacker Pupper is going to bring Stacker Factor on with him. We're going to have Stacker Factor on later.
Now wait a
he had
minute. Is Stacker Pupper a girl dog or a boy dog? I think it's a girl, isn't it?
I believe it's a girl. You're right.
Don't be misgendering Stacker Pupper now. Come on.
Sorry. She.
She.
Yeah, hey, it's California, you know. Hey.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Never know.
You definitely never know. So
Anyway,
what's happening, Nash? What's new in the world of Pure Metals?
Oh man, we FG just says, I thought you were having your podcast in 20 minutes. That was a mess up. We actually did it yesterday. It was already live. I messed it up and I accidentally put Monday instead of Sunday. So I'm here. The boys invited me on this evening or this morning. I got an email and they're like, "You want to come on?" I was like, "What? Yeah, let's do it." So I appreciate you guys for having me on. But yeah, Pure Metals is doing good. We're growing. We're scaling. We're making big improvements if you checked out the Pure Metals podcast, we're working on shipping and we're working on just getting stuff ready to do some paid advertising. So it's been good. Everyone in the chat here, I see a lot of people that have been supporters for a long time. So I appreciate all of you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody's pretty much the same people that are in your streams as well. So
a lot of them are. Yep.
So do you want to call out the chat?
Yeah, go for it, man.
We got Littlefoot kicking down the door bright and early. Was here first. FG Stacker, hey yo with the countdown, let it roll. Sobriety and Silver, I believe he said he got a new phone, but he's in here with us. He's going to start catching up on everything. Death from Below, Robert Wojciechowski says, what's up? Good to see you. Says, hey, Sobriety. FG B Taylor is in the house as always. Great to see B Taylor. Says, let's get it, y'all, with a little fist bump and a big muscle showing off the guns, the muscle guns, not the pew guns. Kevin Hawthorne, always good to see you. Great to be here. Kalili, I always get this wrong. Kalilo, good to see you. Mahalo. Bootsy, welcome. Bootsy says, hello. Howdy, y'all, from Matt Wing. And I think we are all up. Farmer Stacker snuck in there at the bottom, right as I was going to wrap it up. Hello. So thanks for joining us, everybody, on this fine Monday evening. Hope all is well. Hope everybody's week is starting out good. And no, I just got the notification that Blue Collar's Monday Night Metals is going live.
Hey.
Oh, just now?
Yeah.
Wow, you're really behind. No wonder you don't see my videos.
I do see your videos.
I know you do. You're like
comment on every. I think I see them before you send them to me.
Nah, you're always all over it. I got you.
So Silver took a little bit of it was up to it hit 39 at one point. Early this morning, I believe it was, but now it's back down to 38, just over 38.
Yeah, a little pullback. Little pullback is healthy, you know. I mean, the whole market pulled back, so it's not just silver.
It's funny when it's jumping like that, and everybody's like 40. Here's 40. 40's coming, and it's like, listen, take it easy, you know. And I find it interesting. I don't know about you guys, but people get upset when they're like, well, I'm not gonna be able to buy it. Well, 35 or 40. You go to the coin shop with $100. You're still only getting, 3 ounces, 2 ounces anyway. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just look at it differently.
I
mean,
think a lot of it is like a psychological thing where like they just see the bigger number. Like, the difference between 35 and 38 really isn't a lot of money. But, it's just seeing that bigger number. It's just like, wow. Whew. And I think a lot of people know it's kind of going to drop down like it did today. I think it'll probably drop down a little bit more. But
Right.
I think there's a good chance we see 40 soon. And I know you said cool it, but I think there really is a good chance.
No, honestly, I think it's going to be by the end of the week. That would be my impression.
Yeah.
I honestly don't see anything stopping it before we get to like 43, 44 bucks. That's just my opinion, of course. Hey, I see Stacker Pupper is back there. I'm going to bring him up. Hey, Stacker Factor, is Stacker Pupper a girl or a boy dog?
She is a girl.
Of course she's a girl. That's what I thought. Okay.
Hey, and sorry for being late, guys. What's up to the guest? How you doing, man?
How you doing? I don't think I've seen you yet or chatted with you yet, but I'm Nash. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, Nash, I'm SF, Stacker Factor. Nice to meet you. This is Stacker Pupper.
Nice, very cool. Cute dog.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So I was going to say a little personal message to Silver and Cigars. I got some of the pandas that we talked about. I got them out on stage. So if you see anything you like, let me know.
Are the pandas up for sale?
always trying to sell.
Not that I'm trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to sell pandas. I'm not
You gotta zoom in on those pandas. Put those pandas large and in charge there. You gotta put a link to your
Pure Metals.
link to your Pure Metals account. He can go on there and pick them up.
It will definitely be on my Pure Metals for sure. Without question.
I gotta update my Pure Metals. I thought I had stuff priced right, but I don't.
Take advantage of the auto spot pricing.
Yeah, absolutely. I took stuff. I dropped some prices on stuff, and I ended up selling more stuff, obviously. But and still, you could still make money. The fees are good. I don't think I've ever taken a payment yet, though. Have I?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of lingering over there.
It'd be a
Maybe I'm
nice
just
little
being too
savings account
greedy.
for when you're ready.
Yeah, we talked about it. Me and the wife are like, have we ever drawn any money from Pure Metals? And I said, I don't think so.
Well, go ahead, and if you have any problems, let me know. Definitely.
Nah, she was doing something today, setting it up with Stripe or whatever.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Then you guys are on the right path.
We're ready to do it. We just haven't done it yet.
Man, I really want
figuring it
your
out before
Buffalo
you.
commemorative.
Wait, say that
You'll
again?
log in there and there won't be anything in there, and average chain will have a fat pocket.
Right? That's okay.
I want your Buffalo commemorative. Last time I was on here, I said that we'll have to work out a deal.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, the price is negotiable. You know that. I think it's up on make an offer. So feel free.
Yeah, I just realized that after I said that.
I saw somebody on there. I don't know if it's still on there. Let me look here. It looked very interesting. Like they had let me see if I can find it. I don't remember the username, but they had like gold. Like it was way too cheap.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was like test user or something. Is that yours?
Yeah, that's us. We enable those when we're doing the shipping testing, and then we disable them when we're done messing with it.
Looked like
Okay, I was wondering because
yeah, that's a little sus.
It was like a gram of gold for like $100 or something.
Oh man, imagine.
Hey, I would have made
fake.
you go through with it.
Yeah.
So B Taylor is in the house. What's up, BT?
Wayne, you want a meditating alien? Shoot me an email. We'll figure it out. That's why I lined them all up. Everybody always asks me about the meditating aliens, so I had to print up a whole army of them.
Oh, you're printing those?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nice. Those are cool.
They are.
Yeah.
Do they glow in the dark?
They don't, but I do have glow in the dark filament.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
It did make something that glows in the dark. I forgot what it was. I think actually the eyes on Blue Collar's copper one glows in the dark.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. Where'd you get that from?
Vegas.
Oh,
3D printers are freaking. They're
that's 3D
amazing.
printed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was copper. It looks
Nope.
like copper. You
You
can
kinda
tell from the
see-
top there. Yeah.
Kind
The
of see it on the
filament.
top of his head there. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was actual copper. Wow. Had me fooled.
Actually, you
Yeah.
know what? Hey, FG, can you pour me one of these out of copper? We do like a wax cast or something. What do we got to do?
Tough.
If I send that to you, can you pour it for me out of copper?
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be real cool.
Yeah, FG new challenge, Littlefoot goes.
Yeah,
I
oh, yeah.
agree. That would probably be quite a challenge.
Yeah, I don't
A
know how
little
you
bit-
would even do something like that, but maybe you have to make it out of wax and then I don't know. These guys, they make magic.
I don't think I have the patience to even try to figure that out.
I don't know
Yeah,
if you could sandcast that. That'd be hard to sandcast, probably.
Well, I think what they got to do is they make a mold like that out of wax or something, and then they pour the metal in, and it melts the wax away, and fills the cavity. Because it's like there's no like way you can do that in sand. I don't think you could, but maybe FG. Yeah, lost wax. He says that's what it's called, lost wax casting, right? And he says yes, you can do it. So, all right, that's probably
Oh,
good.
you haven't done it yet, FG? That was going to be my next question. Have you ever done lost wax? I've heard of that because me and my buddy we were practicing out of aluminum cans, just trying to make some stuff because he had some of the things like in his workshop. We were just messing around and we did like a very, very like bad version of lost wax and it did not come out well. So
Littlefoot says his first order from Pure Metals should be in tomorrow. 8 shiny quarters for a little under $40.
Oh wow,
Well, that's
there
a
we
good deal.
go.
that's a real good deal. Wow.
20-1.
That's almost as good as the deal I got last night on that Benji.
Oh, I did see that.
I scored a Benji for $5 plus $4.35 shipping, but $9.35 for a Benji.
That's still good.
Pretty killer.
Yep.
Thank
Also
God
had-
for a thank God for an old man's bladder, or else I would have never seen that. I had to wake up to take a piss, and there you go.
Yeah, you had a good whatnot night last night.
I did.
I do gotta
Well,
say, I have gotten some killer deals on whatnot myself. They're out there.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I was running a whatnot game last night, or early this morning, I should say, and Blue Collar did his wife and him, they bid on 2 spins, and they got 2 of the top prizes.
yeah, we got 2 envelopes, 2 spins, 2 envelopes. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Robbed you.
It's all right. I'm glad it went to you. It's no worries.
Yeah, man.
That's true. At least it's going to like a friend.
Well,
that robbed you
honestly,
instead of a random.
the first time I wasn't even really trying to get it. I was just trying to, get the action going, like you know how that works.
Yep.
And just it ended up that nobody came over the top on the last bid, so I ended up with an envelope. And I looked at my wife as soon as it hit envelope. I was like, "Shit, he's gonna kill me."
No worries. It's that's part of it. It would have been somebody else if it wasn't you. So hey, that's part of it. No worries.
That's a good point. It would have been someone else. You had a good game, but it was unfortunate. I think 64 spins, and then the envelopes were gone.
I think it was right around there.
Yeah, that you know
All
what
right.
though? That gives you a worst case scenario. That gives you a baseline of what you can and can't do. So I think if you can weather that storm, you're going to be fine going forward.
And it was very top heavy, that's for sure.
It sure was, but that probably got a lot of attention too.
I think I got like
Oh,
15 bookmarks out of it, or my future shows.
hold on, I got to make Stacker Pupper big here. Stacker Pupper.
Oh,
I'll look at her. Can she hear me?
I think Stacker Pupper has a bigger stack than most people.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
That cup was probably filled with silver eagles.
So Stacker Factor is a big Reddit. He buys a lot on Reddit. So
Yeah, I'm the Reddit guy.
That's cool. I've also done a lot of deals on Reddit. Reddit actually is like half of the inspiration for Pure Metals, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, the whole how Reddit functions and like just like because I have also bought a lot on Reddit. That's probably the place I have bought the most from out of anywhere. And yeah, I mean I've had great success with Reddit.
So I don't know too much about Pure Metals. Is it a marketplace? Is it a store?
It's a marketplace. Yep, it's a
Okay.
marketplace. We facilitate the exchange between buyers and sellers to come on and sell precious metals and coins.
Oh, right on. Right
Yep, and
on.
we do it all on the up and up. So, you know, I do got to say the one good thing about Reddit is, you know, there is no verification. It's free man's land all the way, and there's pros and cons to that. You know, Pure Metals, we do have to. We're really trying to be on the up and up as with everything, and being that is we have to know your identity as a seller. So that's it.
Sure. Do you guys act as like a middleman essentially?
Pretty much, yes. You know,
Right on.
we're there to help you just make sure that all the transaction runs smooth. And we
Cool.
also collect a very small fee compared to a lot of other people. So we collect 2.75%, and actually, the more you sell, the lower it becomes, all the way down to 2%. So
Awesome.
yep.
Reddit's been good. Scored some Queen's Beasts, some unicorns today. Those 2-ounces for $1 under spot, including the shipping.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
including shipping. Damn.
So-
See, I look
so
on there. I don't see deals like that. Some deals,
Premiums there are no premiums right now on the private markets. They've just disappeared. I think a lot of people bought around the 20-25 range and just held, and now they're just cashing out, and they're willing to just take sell a little bit under spot to come out with a pretty sweet profit themselves. So
Yep, and they probably get it gone. You know, those deals like that go quick on Reddit. You know, like they're gone.
Surprisingly, all week they've been like that, and they've been hanging around. There was even a deal that had some American Eagles for 20 cents over spot. You had to buy about $1,700 worth of them, but that deal is still up there. It's just hanging around. So, I think buyers are a little afraid to buy right now just because we've seen such an accelerated increase in the price. But I'm buying into it. I don't care if it drops down. I'm just going to keep going, at least all the way up to 50. I'm very, very bullish.
Yep,
Yeah,
I bought in recently as well.
Yeah, I completely agree.
it-
I'm not stopping buying. I'm buying them. You know, I'm just, hey, whatever I pay for now at 37 or 36 or 38, my $23 silver is averaging that down. So I'm good to go.
Yep. And, when I was buying around 26, 27, I was thinking, oh man, we're getting up towards 30. Maybe it's a little too expensive for me to keep buying, but I didn't. And now I'm just super glad. So like I said, all the way up to 50, I don't think you're going to be disappointed as the years go by.
Now, do you have a sell point? Do you have a number in mind that if it hits this number, I'm going to dump, or I'm going to maybe convert to gold if the GSR, say, gets down into the 50s?
I'm going to keep following that platinum to silver ratio. That was amazing for me the last 6 months. It got to the point where it was like, the lowest in history. So I traded in a lot of silver for platinum when platinum was under 1,000, and now platinum's 1,400. So I might roll some silver into other metals, maybe palladium, because that just keeps sinking. But I don't really have a sell point in mind. I just don't have an exit strategy, and I don't really care. I'll know it when I see it, though.
Yeah. The way I've been thinking about it and looking at it is, even if silver went to 100, I would not sell my metals. What I would do is I would just convert silver into the best ratio possible. If it's gold, if it's platinum, if it's palladium,
Exactly.
whichever is the historically best ratio at that time is what I'll roll it forward into. No money.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? No money.
Or assets, right? I know it counts as selling, but if you had something in mind that you wanted to buy, like maybe a piece of property or whatever it is, a house remodel, then I would, if it's a number of it's decent, say it's 120 an ounce, I would sell just enough to afford that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that way you're not going into debt with new projects or new investments or new opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And there are other investments too, like the S&P. If the S&P say keeps going down over the next couple of years and silver keeps going up, I might consider selling some silver to invest in that. Normie stocks aren't really my thing. But at the same time, if there's money to be made, why not?
Now the S&P just hit a record high not a week ago, didn't it?
I thought the S&P had been slowing down a little bit.
Well, it did, but then it shot right back up. It hit an all-time record high, like I think a week ago or so.
Oh, no way. Okay, well.
Yeah, no, the stock market's made a full comeback and then some. Maybe not the Dow, but the S&P for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have
Correct.
some normie investments that invest into the S&P, like an IUL. So I just put a minimum amount into it every month, but that's good to know.
Yeah, Silver Sleuth says the S&P bubble is bulging. I'm sorry. So yeah, it went down, it pulled way back, and then it just shot up like almost vertical again.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think people know where to put their money at right now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more inflation than they're talking about. They're trying to say that inflation's under control, but I don't really believe it.
No, not at all. And you know how Elon found those 14 computers and wherever he found them that were just printing unlimited money? I think that the money that our government says they've printed is a really small amount to the amount that they've actually printed and just not told anybody.
Yeah, you're probably right. They print it into existence when they lend it. When banks lend money, they're not lending like in the old days. You have to put money in the bank into a savings account, then they would lend your money out. Now they're just printing it into existence and lending it out.
Yep. And say, I'm just going to use dumb numbers. These aren't real numbers, but say like there's $100 trillion of physical money in circulation, right? Well, what's stopping them from printing $200 trillion and just saying it's 100 trillion? There's no way to know.
No, there is no way to know.
There's no checks and balances on it, right? That's what you're trying to say?
Well,
yeah, there are, but how are you going to know? Like if the checks and balances, if you don't tell the checks and balances, how are they going to know?
Or they're only telling you what they want you to hear anyway. I mean, let's face it, Epstein killed himself, right? I mean, seriously.
And they tried to kill him before he did it, with that other guy they locked in there with him.
He killed himself in a sterile room with nothing to hang himself with, and his neck was broken. So yeah, he broke his own neck.
Yeah, you stupid. Oh, you stupid sheep are just gonna believe that. You're just gonna drink the Kool-Aid. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna believe that.
Oh, they do. They believe it.
That's what they want you to do.
The thing is, they don't believe it. That nobody believes it, though. That's the thing on this one. They just do what they're told, even if they don't believe it.
Yeah, but why do you suppose that is? Why do you think? I've heard two different theories. Okay, I've heard that the deep state. Okay, we're getting in the weeds now, but I'm going to do it. The deep state threatened Trump and said, if you come out with this, there's going to be, you're not going to live to see the next month or so. And then I've also heard that Trump's playing 5D chess. Now he's got all the goods on them. So, he's holding all the cards and he's not showing them.
I think he's protecting his friends. There's a lot of people he's probably friends with that are on there, but I like the Bix Weir take. And the way Bix explained it was, so Epstein he banked with JP Morgan, Wexler, one of the billionaires that was Les Wexler, that was financing and giving Epstein money, and also was accused of trafficking himself. He was also a JP Morgan client. Mossad, the Israeli intelligence, banks with JP Morgan. JP Morgan's CEO, Jamie Dimon, there's connections with him and Epstein. And JP Morgan's already been busted before for trafficking. They had to pay out like a $250 million settlement, which is nothing for them. But the thing is if this exploded and all these people were linked back to JP Morgan somehow. JP Morgan has $60 trillion worth of derivatives on their books. That's twice the US national debt. That means they're responsible for $60 trillion. So if they go down, they're taking everybody who banks with them's money down. They're the biggest bank in the US. So everybody would be screwed, and then every other big bank would just completely collapse right behind them. So it would shut the lights out in the United States, essentially, at least in the entire banking sector. So I think that's what they're trying to protect. That's the real deep state bank. The whole Silicon Valley Bank, that wasn't the deep state one, just because Oprah banked with them. JP Morgan is the one on the hook here, and I think they're protecting that bank.
I see. I don't know. Maybe I don't follow it enough, but because they're never going to tell you. I mean, Trump tried to say, we're going to tell. Now look at him. He's backpedaling. And he didn't want to tell. So
that was the single issue that I cared about.
There's stuff in there that he don't want people to know.
Yeah. That was the single issue that I cared about. I don't care. Donald Trump could do anything else, and I'd back him 100%. But if you're gonna welch on the Epstein thing, like for me, out of just morbid curiosity and just kind of, I know there was victims, but it's really, really funny to see all these guys get caught with their pants down.
Literally, yeah.
And plus, these are people we need to get rid of.
That is a deal breaker.
These are people we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of anybody in Hollywood that has anything to do with this, anybody in our politics. None of these people should have any power or freedom in our society at all.
Yeah. So with all that being said, so Nash, what's going on? Anything new with Pure Metals?
Yeah. Brand placement right after all of that. It's perfect timing, right? But no, honestly, just like I agree with all of that. Like I really do. Like we're on the same page, 100%. I just to throw a little bit of a curveball to you guys. Do we not think Trump is maybe part of the deep state?
Ooh, that's an interesting take.
Maybe he's just all part of the overall puppet show.
Well,
his friends are.
Exactly. I mean, I personally feel like to get to that level, you have to play ball. And if you don't, well, we got plenty of shit on you.
You know what, though? He's always been kind of an outsider, though. I don't see that being the case, but, that's just my opinion. He's always seemed like he's been like a contrarian, like he's always been an outsider. Like he never really rolled with the punches with all those people.
Seems that way, but that doesn't mean he is that way.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, that could just be the face he wants people to see.
But what could they have? Because they tried to throw him in jail with the Stormy Daniels thing. They tried to take all his money with lawsuits. They tried to kill him twice. They stole one election from him. They tried to steal another one. What could they possibly have he needs to punch back? This Epstein thing, this was your KO blow. This was your highlight to just totally felt all these people,
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. We'll never know. We're only going to know what they want us to know. That's
in 50 years we might know.
Yeah, they said that about JFK.
That's true. We still don't know about.
And they said that about the vax. 70 years we got to wait.
Yeah, imagine that. I'll be 130. Hey,
maybe the whole system will just collapse before then, and we won't have to worry about it.
Well, we'll all be in good shape if we got precious metals, right?
That's right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So the more the merrier. I put out a little short earlier today about my obsession with precious metals. And I got these boxes of shit that I've basically just been throwing in boxes. I haven't really categorized it and put it away. I think I got about 70 pounds of silver in these 3 boxes I got. I'm not kidding, man. I was like, God damn, I didn't realize I had that much stuff.
Adds up quick.
Yeah, it does add up quick. But it also points out that maybe I'm a little off the deep end right now. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'm getting a little bit obsessed with this.
You could be off the deep end way worse.
I guess.
On other things.
There's worse things that you could be off the deep end with, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You could be in debt, first of all.
That's true.
But some of that is inventory, no? Like you plan on flipping it?
You know what? I was not all of that. No, my inventory is separate. I didn't even bring
Okay.
the inventory out on that. That was all just stuff that I bought from OJ, coin shows, whatnot, you name it. Just put it in a box. Put it in a box.
So you're just a baller. That's all. That's all it's saying.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying, holy shit, I'm trying to grab this box. Look at the size of this. Dude. It's like a 7-quart box. And that's 1 out of 3. Full.
Subtle flex. That's all.
It literally probably weighs 40 pounds.
That Engelhard bar was pretty nice, though.
Which
Oh, yeah, I
one's
got a
that?
couple of them here.
Stacker factor.
Oh, yeah, fact.
Engelhard's my favorite, honestly. It really is.
Let me pop that up. Let me get that big here. I just passed on 6 of those Engelhard bars at Spot.
Ooh, how come?
I'm freaking broke, dude. I spent so much money on whatnot, the coin shop. I got to pace it back a little bit.
Well, I busted out the vintage silver tube just for you.
Nice.
There you go.
So yeah, I've
looks
been
like
starting to buy it more lately. It's been growing on me.
Oh man, that's an addiction in itself.
Yeah. Oh,
Vintage. I'm trying to get away from it.
Oh, yeah.
Now's the time though when the prices spike that you can get better deals on vintage than before.
True.
You can
I
get
think.
great deals on vintage and buffaloes right now. If you're looking for like $1 under spot buffalo, you can get them for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Littlefoot says check out Pure Metals before heading to your LCS. He's giving a little props. AGAU Addict already had to go, said his lady friend was showing up, but he did say he would like to see low 70s again or better with the GSR because he's got a bunch of generic to dump if it does. Nice. Switch it to gold, I'm guessing. Kalilo says it's social engineering and psychological engineering. The more nonsense they pump into the socials, it's hard for the sheeple to sort it out. They bank on assuring the masses remain stupid. Yeah, that's for sure. What else we got? I saw some questions in here somewhere. Oh, Dub C says, wait, a billionaire New York liberal who was a close friend with Epstein? Question mark.
Yeah, I saw that one before. I put it up on screen.
It gets weirder though. Elon Musk's dad has connections to Epstein.
Oof.
Oh, really?
I don't know if he was on the island or anything like that, but I know he knew who Epstein was and had contact with him before all this went down.
Kind of think that whole fight between Musk and Trump is kind of staged.
Yep.
It just
That's weird.
seems a little disingenuous to me, but
It honestly though, I'm with Elon on that. You know, he's calling out wasteful spending, and I know that Trump's playing 4D chess, trying to get everything in the big beautiful bill. But you know, the more stuff they can take out of there, the better.
well, he's counting on a lot of GDP growth to offset his spending, but I don't see that happening.
No.
I mean, I'm not an economist, but
You know, there's a lot of stuff in there too about those H-1B visas, a lot of extra money to Israel, a lot of extra money to, you know, the welfare system, just things that we need to be kind of getting rid of.
yeah.
Littlefoot brings up a good question. Has anybody heard of an update on the audit, the gold audit?
Nope.
Which is that's very interesting because they were talking about auditing Fort Knox and everything, and then all of a sudden it just got real quiet.
Not a peep.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, Crow Dragon says Trump only has 2 years and a lot to address before that. And that's true, but you got to look at it like, what choice does he have? He's only got that time, and he'll hopefully pass the torch on to somebody that we can trust,
Yeah,
He
but
posted
he's
both
not
of those
delivering
bars
on the
Reddit.
promises.
Well, that's true. If he doesn't deliver on the promises, whoever he tries to pass the torch to is not going to get elected. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, he said no new wars. He's bombing Iran. He said Epstein, we got none of that. Fort Knox, none of that. I don't know, he's focusing on the wrong things.
Agreed.
He needs to be getting these people, he needs to be draining the swamp. He needs to go back to what he's good at and just, getting rid of more of these people. That would make me happier than anything.
yeah, but you know what? He did none of that in his first term either. He said he was
Nope.
going to drain the swamp, and he really didn't do anything along those lines.
Nope.
In fact, he hired a lot of swamp rats for his cabinet.
So many.
Who
So
turned
many
on
back
him?
then.
They all turned on him too.
They all turned on him. He has better people. I do like Cash, but Cash lied to all of us about the Epstein thing. So did Bongino.
Yeah.
And Cash's new girl she's got ties to Mossad, which is not good.
So what is he? Littlefoot says, will Pure Metals be doing any events around the holidays? It's 4 months away. Free shipping, Black Friday, too soon?
No, we'll definitely be doing something. Not sure what it is exactly, but like we did for 4th of July, we did free shipping all weekend.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
Now, were you covering the shipping?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow. That is
Yep.
very
I don't even
nice.
know how much it was, to be honest. I think it was probably a couple $100.
That's all right.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, I think we had a lot of transactions though. So maybe even been a little bit more than that, but so
Yeah, but better you don't look. You'll feel better at night.
yeah, pretty much. It'll go on the statement later.
Did it draw traction?
I got a question for you, Nash. Are you 100% self-funding this, or you got some backers, or?
I don't have anyone at the moment.
Obviously you have a business that you're able to support yourself and this venture.
Yep.
You had mentioned in your podcast the other day that you were actively seeking financing.
If the right situation presents itself, I would definitely take the opportunity, but it would be more in the sense of like I wouldn't want to like give up control of it. So it'd be more like angel investor. Here's the money. Do your thing. Hopefully, I see returns.
Yeah,
that's the circumstance I'm really looking for, and it's out there. I haven't also been like putting myself out there to do that either 100%. So
you're focusing a lot on online and social media and stuff, right? With your advertising and everything.
Oh yeah,
for the month for now.
Yep. I mean, all the advertising we've done to date, we've spent a couple $100 on Facebook ads just to try it. We had the success from that was good, so we're gonna do more of that, obviously. But like everything that's on here right now is all because of coming on shows like this and making short form content and posting it everywhere.
And you said you have a phone call coming up with fine bullion prices?
Yep, I do. We are going to talk Wednesday.
Nice. Oh, if you get on there, that's going to be huge.
That's the goal, right? And I think it's beneficial for both parties because that website, everyone who goes there, they can see the good deals. We consistently have solid deals on the platform. So hopefully we can just, the people viewing it will have value from it. We'll get value from it. So my thing, man, is I'm really just, as long as it's a win for everyone, that's what makes me happy at the end of the day. I just want everyone to walk out being like, hey, that was a good deal when transacting with me on Pure Metals. And
it would be a cool idea. I was going to ask you, like, how do you compete with like the SD bullions and those type of sites, even though yours is a little different? If you did like just like a blind buy, say you bought like 5 Eagles from SD Bullion, 5 from AppMex, and then 5 from your site, how much cheaper do you think you would be?
Well, let's just see what we can get Silver Eagles at right now, and it depends also on the quality. But
Sure.
The one guy who's been selling American Silver Eagles a lot, shout out MCS Matt Chuck. I don't think he's in here, but He has them at $39.48 right now.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's a good deal. That's a solid price. That's not the spot deal like on Reddit, but that's also not a bad deal. Like that's very reasonable.
That's better than what you're gonna find on most of the big dogs. Like if you go even,
Absolutely.
I like Liberty. You know, Liberty's one of the big retailers that I actually like. But if you go look at their eBay right now, they're probably not selling them for $39.50.
No. So, and I think that's the pro to peer, and I almost like we take a lot of inspiration from the big boys like SD Bullion and others, but you know we're also like we don't hold any inventory; it's all sellers. So we also have to treat it more like a marketplace. So take inspiration from bullion dealers and marketplaces and really try to bring it all together.
Sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure you remember when all those dealers were price gouging back during Silver Squeeze. You remember that?
I mean, when? Like, so are you talking about recently? The recent Silver Squeeze?
Yeah, the one back in like 2021 or whenever that was.
Yeah, I wasn't around for that. So
okay. Oh man. Well, yeah. There's probably a hit list out there of all the big ones that were doing it, but they were just like they were charging, you know, $10 over spot on stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was brutal. They were just straight up price gouging like I've never seen before, and it made me realize like, yeah, I'm not buying from these guys anymore. I got to find a private way to do it or another way to do it.
I think that's where you get the best deals. Personally, is doing, we call it peer-to-peer transactions, and that be it on our marketplace or on. You can occasionally find stuff on eBay with that is a good deal, but you know people pay high fees on there, so that's not as common. Whatnot, Reddit, like there's plenty of places where you don't have to work with a big bullion dealer to get a good deal, and you're going to get a better deal, like 9 times out of 10 probably.
For sure.
The biggest thing is just, especially when you go to do something like Reddit. Just like being able just to legit check it to make sure that it's real and authentic.
So that's the whole point of my channel. I buy everything, almost everything off of Reddit. I have a Stigma. I put the seller's name. I do the unboxings, every package I get, basically.
That's sweet, actually. That's really cool.
I link them down below, and I send the sellers the videos after because I'll critique them honestly. If a seller didn't package great, for example, you know, the unboxing's out there. You go watch my YouTube, and I'll send that to the seller, and they'll usually watch it, and they'll start packaging better. And but it lets, you know, my subscribers know, like, hey, I can go buy from this guy. You know I can go to PMs for sale, and I know exactly who to buy from. You know, sometimes they give them little discounts if I send them over, but you know, it kind of keeps PMs for sale honest almost.
And I've done probably 75 transactions on there, buying and selling, and and I've never had a problem, not once. And I don't have a Sigma personally, but I recently sold a bunch of silver I purchased from Reddit, and he checked them all, and everything cleared out. So, and I've done like basic ping tests, and that all checked out, but that's kind of hard to tell on some things. So.
It is. I'd say on there I've done probably 1,000 transactions buying to selling.
Oh, you're one of the big boys on there then.
Yeah, I'm one of the big boys, and I've only gotten one fake eagle in a big batch that I got. I don't think the seller knew it was fake because there's like 20 other coins in there and they were all real. I could tell right away it was a fake. I've handled a lot of silver, so you can tell when something's fake even before you ping it or put it on the Sigma. Right. But that was the only time, and the seller refunded me. The only other issue I had on there was I got a small flat rate priority box in the mail, and it had a huge hole in it, and the 5-ounce bar that I bought was missing. And the seller totally just refunded me. I just sent him a picture of the box.
Nice. Well, that's like really generous of him, because really
he's a big seller. But I would do the same. So I've sold a lot too, and I've never had an issue. But if there was ever a problem, I'd just make it right, you know. Because especially if the person had good feedback, it's like they're probably honest.
Better to keep people happy, and I'm the same way.
I will say that the mods do a great job on there, but they are sometimes hard to deal with. Like they do not play around at all. So like they can be a little finicky sometimes, but they do a really good job keeping that sub safe.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I would say it's generally safe to buy from people with high feedback on there. I don't think you're ever going to have a problem.
eBay, on the other hand, I buy from the store sometimes, like Liberty or bullion exchanges when I have to, or when I have like a really you know, when they have a really good deal, which isn't often. But as far as like individual users on eBay, I stay away. I don't trust
eBay is
them.
probably sketchier than Reddit.
It's way sketchier.
Yeah,
it's I'd say 1,000,000 times more sketchy.
Which is kind of crazy to say, but
I don't think there's anywhere sketchier, honestly.
No.
I've never bought off Facebook Marketplace, so I can't vouch for it or not. But eBay, I just don't trust.
So I bought one of these right from Goldback. Okay. On eBay, because we were looking what the guy wanted to charge me. We were looking on there, and we found one that was half the price. Okay, it comes with a little serial number right here on the side. So the serial number was a 5-digit serial number. The guy tells me, well, that's a definite fake, because I think we've only printed about 10,000 of these, and that's like serial number is like 70,000 of 100,000. So it was literally a fake. Yeah, it was half price, but fakes all over eBay, all over eBay.
And they don't do anything to get them off. You could go right now, Google silver, or you could go to eBay and type in Silver Eagles. You'll find all kinds of Silver Eagles for $25. You know,
yeah,
they're
they'll be like the top listing too, probably.
Yeah, and you'll see they sold a bunch of them too, which really sucks, you know.
Yeah, it makes you wonder where they all end up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been in
People
the LCS,
safes probably.
I've been in the LCS when people come in with that crap, and they know it right away. They don't even have to test it. And then they send the guy back out with it. He's going to a pawn shop, or he's going to somewhere he can hustle that thing for $50 or whatever.
That InfoWars round is pretty cool. Is that 1 ounce or 2 ounce?
It's 1 ounce. Yeah, these are cool. You know, I'm a sucker for them. They're overpriced, but I have the whole collection. And I got one of the first ones he sold. I sent it back to him and asked him to autograph it, and he actually did. So this is a 1 of 1 right here.
No,
That's
nice.
pretty cool.
Lilo has a good
so
point.
you got how many Illuminati cards do you have autographed?
I have about 900.
That's amazing, dude. Your collection is probably just so deep.
Yeah, it's two. I don't know if you guys could see those suitcases right there, but those are giant suitcases, and they're both completely full with the autograph card. But I got to figure out, there is a market for odd collectibles, and really famous people buy stuff like that. Like guys like Dana White buy stuff like that. Elon Musk has an oddities collection, but I just don't really know how to market it or how to photograph it.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Kalilo has a good point. He says every stacker. Oh wait, no, where'd it go? Says today he made the worst mistake selling 2 ounce round on FeeBay for 13% fees with free shipping. Eesh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, those.
Yeah, you should have put that on Pure Metals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Save a lot of money. So Crow Dragon Pirate wants to know, is that the INWO card game?
Yep, here's the Democrats card right here. But yeah, a lot of the signers have died. Like I got who was that female Secretary of State? She's the first female Secretary of State. I got her to sign one. Colin Powell signed one. It's funny because every year, 5 or 10 of the people die, and it makes me wonder if that makes these worth more.
How do you get the signatures?
It usually does.
I mail them to them. I just mail them a little envelope with the return envelope inside with a little note. Just says, a little compliment. I have, maybe 10 or 15 billionaires. I got Phil Knight, the owner of Nike, or the creator of Nike. I got who's the Powell, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve. There's a
Oh,
Federal
no.
Reserve. Federal
Really?
Reserve Illuminati card. I got him. I got Dr. Fauci on the pandemic card.
No way, dude.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's a
That's
guy
wild.
named Buzz Petrozelli or something like that. He was famous because he jumped out of the Twin Towers and when the planes hit him, and he somehow survived like a 50-story fall. Just random ass people. That the guy that climbed Half Dome without any ropes. Bizarre. The guy that shot the Bigfoot video, and the guy that claimed to be in the Bigfoot suit, and the girl that claimed to make the suit. Elvis's ex-girlfriend and his ex-fiance on the same card.
Ben Kingsley?
Yeah, I got Kingsley. That was my most recent one. Yeah,
Well,
you saw the video. Yeah, I got him. A lot of actors. Tony Blair, the Prime Minister of England. You name it, man. Ron Paul refuses to sign for some reason.
now let me
I'm
ask you
thoroughly
something.
impressed with your autograph collection on these cards. I mean,
Yeah. Do you think that's one of the biggest collections of those cards?
Oh, that's the only collection like that, bro. Like no one has that. And I've
how
spent
much is
5
that
years
worth? You
building
think?
it. That's the question. I put
Yeah.
about maybe 15,000 into the cards and stamps, and like all the cards are in special like hard cases now with labels. But I don't know how to value it. I just know what I've put into it. But it's definitely something interesting, and I kind of like to think of it as the one and only like DNA database of all these famous people, because they all touched it and signed it. So all their literal DNA is on these cards.
That's interesting take.
That is interesting.
Here's an interesting thought on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I wonder seriously, to the right buyer, I bet that could be worth 6-7 figures, that collection.
Exactly.
That's what I'm hoping, man. Heavyweight boxers. I don't have Mike Tyson yet, but I have who's the guy that Evander Holyfield, a lot of NFL players, a lot of UFC fighters. I got a lot of UFC champions. And when I go for athletes, I only go for champion athletes. Guys like John Travolta, a lot of actors, that kind of thing, world leaders.
So here's the question, though. Who's next on your radar? Who's on your radar right now?
So that's the interesting part. I'm part of an autograph website called StarTiger.com, and it's kind of like a Reddit, but just for autographs. So people will find the addresses somehow, and they'll test the addresses, and then they'll post, like say it's a baseball player, they'll send them a baseball and get a signature, and then they'll post that picture and with the date of when they sent it and got it back. So I'll know who to send it to, like who actually signs. But every day there's hundreds of new people that get added. So I never really know, like I don't go looking for someone specifically. I just see who is signing currently.
Now,
Wow.
do you ever think some of the signatures are fakes? Like maybe Joey from down the block got it and just
No, because
just to jerk your chain?
No, because people post like they'll be like say let's see who's someone famous right now. Let's say Mel Gibson is signing autographs. People will send him stuff and then they'll post what they get. So you'll have like 10 different people posting Mel Gibson's autograph on whatever thing, whatever piece of paper or card that he signed for them. So you can see like, his autograph, what it looks like from 10 different people.
Right. So it's totally verifiable. You can bring it to an expert and even have it verified.
Yeah, and most of the time you're sending it to their houses. So you're sending it to their actual like place of business or place of residence.
Yeah, if I was a famous dude and cards like that showed up, I'd start getting a little nervous if people knew where I lived.
Yeah, I don't know.
The internet's a thing. I mean, it's not hard to find where someone lives. It really isn't.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these people are flattered by it too, I think, because most of the fan mail, if you want them to sign something, you got to put a little letter of support in there.
True.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Jerome Powell on the Federal Reserve one. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, people, especially ones that are relevant to them, like they sign them. It's like Ben Carson signed like a few of my like medical ones. Like I said, Fauci signed the pandemic one. And
do you have
I don't know.
Do you have Jamie Dimon?
I don't have Jamie Dimon. That would be a good one, but I've never seen his name on the list. That'd be an awesome one to get.
That would be a great one, right?
I tried to get Jeb Bush to sign one. He wouldn't sign it, and he sent me a note back. And his handwriting looks like a third grader's. It's really funny.
That makes sense. But do you like say if you're sending it to Jamie Dimon, do you say, hey, I got Jerome Powell's and I'd like to have yours next to it? Like, do you use like that kind of stuff for like street cred in a sense?
No. So I would say it's kind of almost like a template. I would say like, hey, Jamie, hope you're doing well. You've done a great job running JP Morgan. Please sign my card. Thank you. Just something like that.
That's simple.
Yeah, that's
Probably
simple.
have AI write it nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I handwrite every one of these on a little 3x5 card.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is that round you're showing right there? Is that the Milan Love? Or?
Yeah, it's it's another one of the InfoWars one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the whole set of them. I think there's one or two that I'm missing, but
I like
at the same time, I don't know if they're worth it.
What do they run?
They run about $100.
Yeah. I mean, listen, people pay that for a Panda,
True.
They do, and I've seen some. Alex did one of these silver things like 15 years ago, and it was a super he didn't release many of them because no one bought them. But the ones that he did release, I've seen them on eBay for $500 a pop, and they're in people's carts.
Yeah.
So they are collectible.
So Silver Sleuth says auto pen ?
People will expose it if it's an auto pen. They know how to tell, and if you see 3 people post a signature and it looks the exact same, you can tell it's an auto pen. But how you know it's an auto pen or it's not an auto pen is auto pens can only sign flat pieces of paper. So if it's like a baseball, for example, it can't be an auto pen.
Right. Interesting.
Ash, I just had a quick question. I just thought about it. I don't know if you've done any updates on the app release.
Oh yeah. We kind of had shipping take priority of that. So once that's done, we're immediately moving back to the mobile app to get that wrapped up. I mean, it's pretty much done, but there's some tweaks that need to be done, and we need to do a little bug testing and then submit it to the App Store. So once we get back working on that, it's probably about 2 weeks, give or take.
So a
With the shipping
timetable
update.
for release might be a couple of months out.
I hope not. I hope it's not that late. I hope it's sooner than that. But at the rate it's going, yeah. I hope it's much sooner than that, though. Yeah. I hope it's like a month.
With the shipping, what are you trying to work out with the shipping? I know you were talking about that last night on your podcast too.
Yeah. So we wanted just to have automatic logic built in for bundling packages together, so it's just cheaper at checkout for the buyer. And you have to keep in mind there's a lot of different combinations of different types of boxes, especially when you're considering all of the flat rate priority boxes. So we just had to implement logic to figure out what should bundle together and what shouldn't, and then test that logic. And it takes a long time it's because Shashank will do a laundry list of things to get it to a new testing point. I go and test. I find problems with how it's bundling. I send it back to him. He revises it. I test again. So it's a lot of back and forth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm probably going to head out for the evening. I'll probably still be in chat though. But I'm going to head out of the call for the evening. I appreciate all of you gentlemen for having me on.
Hey, I got one question for you before you go, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
Are you a fan of Silver Degen Club or Wall Street Silver?
Yeah, I am on Silver Degen Club.
Okay.
I think I might be on Wall Street Silver too, but I have seen a lot of posts from Silver Degen. I don't
Okay,
really socialize a lot in there though.
Okay, so I'm good buddies with the owners of both of those. It's the same owners,
Oh.
and they're working on a site called WallStreetStackers.com, which is basically a super secure way if you want to like have your silver on a spreadsheet. It's an alternative to like Google Sheets or like Excel, and
Interesting.
they're thinking about building out a marketplace and adding one on there, but it's a lot of work to do that. And you seem
We've
like
been doing
someone
it
that
for
would
almost
be.
like 10
You
months.
seem like man, and you seem like someone who should get in touch with them about it because it seems like you got a pretty cool idea, and they have a pretty big a pretty big audience there that would probably be interested in that.
Well, yeah, definitely. If you want to stay in touch with me, that'd be awesome, and maybe
Sure.
we can make that happen.
Awesome.
'Cause
What's
you're
the
the
best way to
only way-
contact you?
You're the
Or
only
your
way
website.
I know how to contact them. I don't even know who the owner is, but if you
Mhm.
think it's a good link, let's try it out. Do you have do you want my email, or do you have like a Discord or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely a Discord. Definitely a Discord.
Send it in the private chat on here, unless you want everyone in the public to know. I'm not
Sure. We'll do, man.
What-
Well, it was nice meeting you, dude.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you too. And your card collection is wild. That that blows
So
my
I
mind.
pulled out a
that
few of them. Here's the Colin Powell sign. This one, the Military Industrial Complex, and these cards were made in the early '90s, and that looks just like them.
That's crazy.
This guy here, Ben Franks, I think he was one of the main prosecutors that prosecuted Nazis after World War II, and he put a lot of Nazis away, and he signed the South American Nazis card. I don't know. I pulled out a few of them here. Lee Greenwood, country singer, got him to sign the Elvis one. Of course, Alex Jones signed a few of these. Trying to find any of the big ones. Chevy Chase had him do the Southern European Vacation because of the National Lampoon's European Vacation. So
Wow. I'm surprised he signed. He's probably a tough nut.
well, weird guys signed like who was like Woody Allen? He signed one. Like guys who have been kind of controversial. There was that one guy who was a notorious PDF who was in Congress and got busted. He signed one. You wouldn't think guys like that would sign them because they would be ashamed of who they are. But
Are you talking about Matt Gaetz?
no, it was no. This guy was Speaker of the House. I think he was a Republican. I can't remember his name, but he was the most notorious one. I think he did jail time, but
I
Holy
can picture
shoot.
his
You want
face.
me
I
to,
just can't get the name to him.
Do you want me to share your? I can give Stacker Factor. I can email him your phone number if you want me to.
Just drop your Discord in the chat. I'm way more responsive to Discord than anything else because I
That
run
is
everything.
true. You are a big.
I run everything on Discord. Matt
Yeah,
Chuck's
sure.
in the chat. What's up, Matt?
Oh, there's Matt Chuck. You were talking about him earlier.
Yep. He's the one
now that's
selling the
Matt
Eagle.
Stacks, right? Is that?
He's MCS GSD Bullion on Pure Metals.
Okay, got you.
Matt,
All right,
if you
let
don't
me-
mind me asking, how did you find out about Pure Metals? Oh, he just left. What the heck?
Now, how do you know that he left?
I don't see him in the chat anymore. And it says,
Oh, he's there. He says, "Oh no, what did I do?" Can I
Hey,
share this?
did we lose? We lost Stacker Factor there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Stacker left.
I'm
Okay.
sure he'll be back.
Cool. Oh,
There he is. Oh no, nope. Sorry.
oh, nice, Matt. Well, shout out Sobriety. There he is, right above him. I really want his Discord.
It's been a good community. We try and get the word out because
Yeah, no, everybody
everybody
knows.
knows it helps everybody out because if we can sell on there, we can make a little bit. We can help each other out to add to their collection. I mean, it works.
Yeah, we actually just had someone ask about a trading option.
Trading, ooh, that'd be
cool.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine the logistics would be tough.
Yeah, well, anything's possible with a little bit of hard work and coding.
Yeah, that's true. You know, you'd have to really trust who you were sending it to, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, and that's where the reputation comes into play. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Stacker Factor, do you mind if I get your Discord?
Yeah, putting it in the chat right now. Give me one minute.
Sweet.
Sorry, I got kicked out earlier. I'm on a backup phone here, and
Burner
it's
phone.
janky. Yeah. My iPhone doesn't focus for some reason whenever I come on here.
Well, I could tell you, it sure as hell focuses when you're filming videos.
Yeah, it works then for some reason.
Yeah,
I appreciate the compliment.
Dude, he's got the most in-focus videos I've ever seen.
That's what
All
like
right,
intrigued us to get you on here in the first place. And Blue Collar was like, man, that guy's videos, his focus, it's like 8K and
Yeah, just the iPhone, just max out the settings. FP, I put my email in the chat. I don't know if you can see it, but I think you can search for me on Discord with that. I'm kind of a Discord noob.
Oh, okay.
If you can't, I'll get it from Vegas after.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. But I'm just going to send you an email so we have each other's.
go.
Perfect.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks again. I appreciate the invite. You guys are awesome.
Thank you, Nash. Appreciate it.
Chat's
Appreciate
awesome.
all
Appreciate
the
you coming in,
updates.
Nash. Thank you so much.
Yep. Nice to meet you, Stacker Factor. Bye, everyone.
Later, man. Likewise.
All right, thanks, Nash. That was cool.
He's been working on that platform for maybe close to a year now, maybe, and it just launched a couple months ago, and it is actually gaining traction, which is good.
Yep. Anything to kind of equal the playing field when it comes to just the chokehold that like the SD bullions and Pimbexes and all those guys have on the market.
Like he said, it's like another another form of like Reddit. So it's peer to peer with everybody selling to each other instead of, like you said, sending money to SD bullion and letting them get rich and and pay silver dragons and all those guys.
Now,
Yeah, and with Reddit too, like everyone has to really behave on there, because the second you say anything that, some of the things I've talked about tonight, boom, slapped with a ban.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
It's
Now,
so
Does
it's
Reddit take a cut of the sales, or that's just an open platform?
it's an open platform. They don't take anything.
Yes, that's an advantage right there.
Yep.
Yeah, like I bought those 125th anniversary Perth Mint round coins for like spot price, and by the time I got them, they were under spot. But
Mhm.
and I think that was actually from a coin shop that sells on there. So I mean, I think there's coin shops that tend to sell on there too a little bit.
Did you get free shipping?
No, I ended up paying for shipping, I think.
Okay, so a little hot tip
still
is
wasn't
always
much.
try to negotiate the free shipping if you can. A lot of times the sellers will cave.
All right, I never thought about that. I mean, it was such a good deal. I'm just like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, kind of like what FP was saying, when you do like a trade with someone, what's cool about that is now and it goes successful, is you can trust that person, and in the future you can trade with them. And I've made friends on PMs where we go in on huge buys and it saves us so much money, and then he just ships it over, or I ship it over to him, or whoever pays for it.
So, Sobriety and Silver wants to know, what is it? It's PMs for sale, right?
Yeah, it's PMs for sale on Reddit. You could just go to Google and type in PMs for sale, precious metals for sale, and it'll link you there. I've done instructionals on my channel of how to buy and sell on there, but it's pretty. If you read the rules and how it works, it's pretty easy. You can just click around and see what people are buying and selling. I especially recommend selling on there if you have like something you need to sell. Don't take it to your LCS, because you're not even gonna get spot for it.
Yeah, well, that's
LCSs are. I mean, they have to cover their overhead, so
No, they were great before the invention of the internet. You know, it's just, it is what it is.
You know,
Right.
I saw your video, and I agree with probably 95% of it. But I do like that one-on-one relationship with an LCS. My guy treats me good, and I think I put that in the comments.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I
That's right. That's right.
yeah, I get good enough pricing from him where I'm willing to pay him, like, you know, he charges me like 50 cents to $1 over, depending on what I'm buying. And I'm okay with that because I like going in there and bullshitting with the guys in the shop, you know.
Okay.
I
And,
like to go in there and
50
hang
cents
out.
to $1 isn't bad. You know, you live in a free state, I'm assuming. Out here in California, if you want like an Eagle, it's like $4. It's
Yeah.
just like, really? You're going to charge me $4 over? I know you got overhead and this and that, but it's like, you know, like rotary phones were great, but then cell phones came out and it's like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's the future kind of now. And it does kind of suck because, you know, LCSs have been kind of an important part of America for a long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, you still do kind of get a relationship online, but it's not face to face.
Yeah, it's
You're
not
not
quite the
totally
same.
completely bashing LCSs. You're just trying to get people away from like the big online dealers, right? For
Well, it's a little bit of both. With the thing is with the LCSs is I see a lot of people who will post, you know, what they paid, especially on like Wall Street Silver. They'll say, "Oh, I bought, you know, $1,000 worth of silver. Here's what I got." And it's like, bro, you could have gotten like so much more um on a private market or from another stacker. Like you could have gotten such a better deal. And it kills me because I want everyone to get the best deals they can. Um, and I feel like, you know, the LCSs, at least out here in California, they can be a little predatory.
Yeah. Well, you see, like with my LCS, I go in there the day before I know he's going to the. I hope he's not listening. The day before I know that he's going to the wholesaler. So, and he, you know, he plays along with it too. But basically, everything that's in this bag, just about everything in this bag here, I got for below spot. All the 90%, everything that's really in there. The gold I got at Melt, and I'm talking gram bars at Melt. This 1/10 I paid up a little bit for because it's a graded, you know, it's a 69 proof and it's 30 years old. So I paid up $30 over Melt for this.
But
But
see,
you're
you wouldn't
you're
have to
connecting with
you wouldn't have to on PMs. You'd be able to get that for spot or less.
yeah, no, you're probably right. But you know what?
And you know, that's an extra ounce that you could have had sitting on the table.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing. No. This is a 1/10 ounce gold.
No, I
So
mean an extra ounce of silver with that $30.
yeah, good point. Good point. But honestly, I wanted it that day. It was there. I took it. So with everything else that I bought, I got melt or under. I bought a bunch of 90% and some other stuff and some JFK proofs and God knows
Yeah,
what else.
$30 isn't gonna break the bank.
No.
And you got it that day. Like that's an advantage too of the LCS is you get it that day. But man, even online, even on PMs, I see people buying slab this, slab that, and it's like you're paying, you know, $160 for this slabbed kookaburra or whatever it is because it's a key date, and it's just like, oh, it hurts my head. It's like that's
Yeah.
still just 1 ounce of silver.
Right. No, you're right. But I've been getting into slabs more and buying a lot more slab stuff. I got one in the mail today.
What you get?
I got it's not a great one, but I got it at the right price. I'm trying to dig it out right now, actually. That's not
Reddit's
it.
sort of a hard beast too. Like you have to be there at the right time. Like I've seen some great deals, and then like, I mean, you
Yeah,
obviously have a relationship with your people
it's like a
too.
garage
So
sale.
yeah,
Pretty much. So yeah, it's an MS6381S.
Oh, okay. So if we're talking about Morgans, that's different. Morgans and slabs, especially those are pieces of history, man. That's a beautiful coin.
Yeah,
I like my slab Morgans too, my oldies.
yeah. So the market on this is $63 wholesale, 85 retail, and I got it for $50.
I like that holder too, the old school.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been kind of trying to find bargains in that, stack a little bit of slab coins here and there, and just something different, you know?
But to kind of go back to the LCS, here's kind of my problem with the LCS. LCS is they buy stuff and then they try to flip it as soon as possible. So if spot's at $35 and they buy a bunch of Eagles, they're going to try to sell them the next day for what, 36, 37, because they have to make a profit. But when you buy on PMs for sale, you might have a guy who bought his Eagles back when they were $25, 2 or 3 years ago. And now he's just selling them for 34 because he wants to get rid of them, $1 under spot. He's going to make plenty of money and he wants to sell them quick. And so you could swoop in there and buy them for $1 under spot. So everybody wins in that situation,
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of the advantage of buying private. And also, people are more willing to negotiate. Like even today, I bought a bunch of those unicorns that I bought. I bought some other stuff too, some St. Helena silver, and I'm like, hey, I'm buying 4 or 5 of these 2-ounce unicorns. Give me $36 each for a few of those St. Helenas, and boom, I was able to do that. But I don't know if the LCS would ever want to sell under spot.
Well, my guy does, but it's got to be selective timing, right? It's got to be, when he's going to the wholesaler / refinery and he's going to take $1.50 under, he'll sell it to me for $1 or 50 cents under.
There you
Because
go.
he knows he's getting cash right then and there.
Yeah, and that timing is everything, like you said. Even with PMs for sale, it is. Sometimes when silver was down around $25 an ounce, it was hard to get anything under spot at that time. But now I don't know why the premiums are just gone.
Because a lot of people are in profit, so they're just trying to liquidate it, take the profit, get the money, and they're hoping that it's going to go down and they can get back in maybe.
That's exactly it. And you're kind of seeing that too with not just on PMs, but at the LCSs with junk silver. People are just giving that stuff away right now.
Yeah, and if
They're
they're
trying to
giving it
time the
away,
market.
I'll take as much as they can give me.
See, I'm not a junk silver guy. I mean, I don't consider Morgans and Peace Dollars junk silver. I consider those like Americana. But as far as like, dimes and quarters, for me, I can't do 90. I just can't.
Well, you know what? I got a video coming out about, top 3 reasons why you should be stacking 90 today. So keep an eye out for that.
The thing is, there is an Achilles heel of 90 is you can get Buffaloes for basically the same price when you break it down. That's my only gripe with 90. If Buffaloes didn't exist, it would be totally worth it. But
yeah,
Blue collar, something you don't like. You have a unicorn of an LCS. You and your LCS are 1 in a million. You've seen how these coin shops operate out here. It's not like, I mean, and I know everybody says they take them tacos, go in there every day, talk to them, but these LCSs aren't like that out here. They have 4 or 5 employees, and those employees don't give a shit about you if you're taking them tacos or if you're saying hi to them on a Tuesday. They're just there to earn their paycheck, and in order for them to cut any sort of deal, they got to run to the freaking owner who's sitting at his desk, probably playing mahjong on his computer or something. I don't know. It's just different out here.
Yeah, no, I get that. Because you're in a city market, it'd be like Stack That Gold says the same thing about his market, New York City. Like, I posted a thing about a deal about getting something below spot, and he goes, try that at bullion exchanges, and that's his, one of his local shops because he lives there.
Yeah, you're not getting under spot.
No, I mean, you can get stuff from spot, but 1 coin at a time. That's it. Only once.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your first time ever there. Silver State, what's up? Matt Wing, good to see you. Sobriety and Silver said we're putting him to sleep. Said his phone was dropping off his chest. He was falling asleep.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Like the one time I was at the LCS here and I asked about a pre-33 gold, she had to run back to the owner, and then she comes back with some crazy price, and I'm just like, I felt like I was buying a car. I don't want running back and forth to the freaking owner. Either he comes out here and tries to sell it to me, or I'm just gonna walk out the door. I really don't care.
Yeah. Now,
It's
just I think we brought this up a couple other times, but what about like a coin shop where you have to maybe drive, like say Pahrump or Boulder City? They got to have coin shops there, no?
I don't, not that I've seen. Not that, I mean, I looked it up and they have pawn shops, but I don't know about coin shops.
I would think that every area has to have something. I mean, 40 ounce buys stuff. He lives out that way, right?
He comes to town.
He comes
He
into
yeah, he buys when he comes into Vegas, I think.
yeah.
Hmm.
You know, Vegas, you got to also remember, man, the rents are sky high. So these
Oh,
guys
absolutely.
a high overhead. But you know what? What you're doing, the way you're buying right now with the wholesaler, that kind of eliminates the hassle, you know.
Yeah.
And you can also buy from Minor Coin and Bullion. You could buy from Vermilion. You just got to buy a bigger amount and get it shipped, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Silver State says it right there. He says, no coin shops in Boulder City, only pawn shops, and they are expensive. I didn't think, yeah, Silver State, he goes all over the area, so he would know all that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's all over the map.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought from a pawn shop.
Oh no, I
My
have.
brother gets freaking steals at his pawn shop. Like, he finds cool vintage bars for like, I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say steals, but he finds vintage bars and like nice stuff for $1.50 over, which
Yeah.
in that area is not bad.
Yeah, and the reason he can do that is because they're paying $5 under when somebody comes in to dump that stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
they,
It's
at $1 over, they're making good money.
it's funny because the same pawn shop owner has a pawn shop in a different, we talked about this before, I think, and it has a pawn shop in a different area, and it's like $2 more expensive in that area.
Yeah.
So they play their market. They know their market, and they know what they can. So if something's not selling in one pawn shop, they send it to another and mark it up $2 more, and they make their money.
Yeah. Well, you know, my biggest dealings with one of my local pawn shops is I can sell him Morgans. I've told you this.
Yeah, you killed it on that.
No, that's a standing deal. You know, he pays $3 over melt for any Morgan. So I mean, you can go find him and buy him for melt, and then walk down the road and sell him for $3 over. It's a no brainer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you can't beat that at all.
No, but it's also not that I would want to do that, because I'd always want to rather sell them either on Whatnot or keep them. But it's always nice to know that you have that out.
Of course.
It's a floor. It's a floor. You know.
Yeah, that's not bad. $3 is good.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, like, you know, my guy, I went in there and I saw this bar, right? Scottsdale bar, Buffalo Warrior, just a sweet ass bar. And I passed on it, and I passed on it, and then finally it was going to the refinery, and I said, I'll take it now. So I ended up getting it. I bought it with this gold and that and a couple other things. But the price was right. So, you know, at all that stuff added together, everything was averaged under melt.
Yeah. But like you said, and you know what the wholesale prices are, and like
Yeah.
you said, he's either going to send them to wholesale for $1.50 back, or he sells them to you for 50 back. Then he comes out $1 ahead, and you're happy, he's happy, and he knows you're going to go in there 2-3 times a week and buy. So why wouldn't he?
Yeah, no, it's a win-win, definitely. Yep. I told him, I said, I'm not even going to tell you what I told him. I offered him a deal. I said, listen, I'll buy a certain amount from you every week, dollar amount, but you got to sell me at nothing over melt. And he'll do it, but he's like, I don't even need to make you that guarantee. You don't need to make me that guarantee. Just come in. You know when I'm going to the wholesaler, and we'll make a deal, you know?
Like I said, you have a whole different Whole different relationship with your LCS.
But you gotta,
And-
I cultivated that relationship too. So
yeah,
it didn't just fall in my lap. It,
I
had
know
to go.
that. And I mean, you're a loyal customer and he knows it too. So why wouldn't he do it?
Yeah, no, good point. Good point.
And I know, like,
yeah, you know what? One of the things I've been buying a lot of stuff from Whatnot, so maybe I'm buying a little bit less from him because I'm like so dialed in with Whatnot. I'll give you a great example. This eagle,
dialed in or addicted.
both. This eagle privy. It's an eagle privy eagle. $20. $20.
But that was
can't beat
that was, that was a
Yeah, I
gamble.
mean it was on a wheel spin, but
Yeah.
it wasn't me. It was my wife got that one. And she's like, I don't want that thing. And I was like, I'll take it from you. I'll buy it right now. And I gave her $20 in cash and she gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the coin shops that I go to when I'm in Indiana, they're different. Like I know if I lived back there, I would be able to build that relationship to them because it's the owners that are at the counter. It's
Yeah.
the people that are in control. They're the ones at the counter. Like my brother goes to the one LCS that I like to go to when I'm back there, and they cut him deals too. And he doesn't go in there all the time, but she knows he's been going in there since they started the coin shop, so she cut him deals. But like I said, that's the owners that are behind the counter. That's the people in charge. Out here, they don't really give a shit.
No, I can see that. And like I said before, making the point, it's a city atmosphere and it's a lot different than where I live.
Yeah.
I've got a couple coin shops around by me, but I basically stick to the one guy.
Variety and Silver says, "How did you bring up the topic of him being on your channel? What did I miss? Who?
Who are you talking about, Sobriety?
Who?
FP?
I don't know, man. We're waiting for the answer. I hate that when we ask a question in the chat and then we all just sit there
I sit there and stare at it. Huh?
waiting for the answer. Come on.
Oh, OJ.
Oh, my guy? How did you bring up the topic of him being on your channel? Oh, that's a good question. Basically, I think the first time I went in there, I probably had about 32 subscribers at the time. And I said, yeah, I just started a Whatnot channel and I'm looking for, like a coin
YouTube
shop
channel.
guy. I mean,
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. And looking for a coin shop to do some coin shop videos with. He's like, well, that's something we could think about in the future, but let's get to know each other first, basically. And we did. And then he finally, about 3 months later, he broke down and agreed to be interviewed. And I did a whole interview with him. And then since then, it's just been kind of sporadic. Honestly, I wish it was more. But I think that's kind of my fault, too. I'm not very pushy. If I walked in there and I was like, like Pirate Stacker, you just kind of get in there and get into it. But he's always got customers in there, and I don't want to invade people's privacy. So I try to go there very early or just before he opens if I'm going to film something in the shop. And it's not always comfortable, let's put it that way.
People love those
Yeah,
videos, though. They get so many views.
Yeah, not mine.
No, really?
My channel is freaking half dead, dude. I get hardly any views.
Well, I mean, even from an in the coin shop type of video, because there aren't that many of those.
I mean, I haven't done a full one. Like on Saturday morning, we did live from the coin show. It really kind of had a lame, I wouldn't say lame, but not a great response to it. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
There wasn't that many
knowledge.
people. Wasn't that many people watching. Let's put it that way.
Sobriety and Silver says his is stagnant right now. Views are terrible. I think it's just that time of year. I don't know.
Maybe YouTube changed algorithm elements, or it could be anything really.
Silver
Well,
State says
actually,
blue collar. You should do every video with OJ. You'll become the next Yankee or SD. Silver
no,
Dragons. You'll get sponsored and start selling mining stocks.
yeah, right. So that brings me to I got this stock that I invested in,
If
First Majestic. If everybody buys it, maybe mine will go up and I can get out of it.
yeah. I know the one coin shop. I know both coin shops that I visit when I'm back home. I'd be able to go in there all the time. I've talked to them and they say anytime you're back here, you want to do a video, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So like, man, I wish I lived back there for that. But other than anything else, Jeff Rubin, who's Jeff Rubin?
Jeff Rubin, he's in the chat sometimes.
Does he make sandwiches?
No, I love Rubens though. No, but he did send me a nice little swag pack here. I'm gonna do a video opening of it. I mean, I've already opened it, but I'll do a little opening for that.
You can't beat the king of unboxing,
Who's that?
Stacker Factor.
Oh yeah. But dude, listen, if I had his bank account, maybe
I wish I started doing the unboxings earlier. Like the first half of my videos, I just never unboxed them. I would just show stuff after.
Yeah. Now listen, I think I'm going to ask you a question. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to pick one coin because I know you stack a lot of Silver Eagles. Would you be willing to tell us how many Silver Eagles do you have?
Oof. I don't know.
Approximately?
I have at least a monster box and a half. Maybe 2 monster boxes of Silver Eagles.
That's a good little stack. But you probably got more maples than that.
Yeah, I got about, if you combine the maples and the Brits, probably about the same. But I have a wide variety of stuff, but definitely, the Eagles are what I have the most of.
Yeah. No, I saw that big pile that you had the dog propped up on that time.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the way that came to be is when I first started stacking, I was just buying kilos. Kilos were like $650 shipped at the time. And I couldn't understand why silver was like $17 an ounce. And I was just buying up kilos and buffaloes. And then silver, it went up, and when it got to around, I'd say $25 an ounce, I basically I took profits and sold all my kilos and all my buffaloes. And then I bought a ton of Eagles with that from, I think it was bullion.com or bullion exchanges when they were selling on Walmart. And Walmart at the time had a 5% unlimited cashback rewards card. So, yeah. So I just bought all the Eagles I could and then just got 5% cash back on everything. So I was coming out on Eagles about maybe 50 cents over spot. So it was basically like a free trade up of the kilos and buffaloes for Eagles. And I always told myself I would never be that Eagle guy that would pay for premiums. And yeah, that's kind of where PMs for sale came in. When I saw how cheap you could get them on there, I'm like, screw it. Just keep buying.
So when the premiums on Eagles went to like $12-14 at some point, did you think about unloading them because you could get $10?
I did. Yeah, and they only went that high for like maybe 2 months, and I only sold about 20 Eagles during that time, just to see if people would pay that much, and I really was only getting about $5 to $6 over spot even during that time. So I think it was just the really big companies that were price gouging, but I think they were getting that. I don't know, but the private market wasn't paying that.
Well, I think the bigger companies were paying probably $8 to $10 over at some point. I know JM was paying big bucks over spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still confused to this day why that happened.
The premiums went up so high?
Yeah, I have no clue why.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't know.
Supply and demand. People wanted them.
Put it in the chat. Why did the premiums go so high?
because before COVID, Eagles were pretty much not that, they weren't what they are today. And in fact, like Brits and Maples had higher premiums than Eagles, or equal premiums to Eagles before COVID. So I don't know.
What are the tax implications on Eagles versus foreign bullion coins in California?
So Eagles, there's a certain amount that you can take to your LCS and just get straight up cash, and you don't have to report it to the IRS like a form. You still have to report your capital gains. You know,
I was
some
referring
people
more
do,
to,
some people don't. But oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
no, I was referring more to sales tax.
Oh, okay. So are you talking about buying?
Yeah, do they charge sales tax on Eagles? That was pretty much what I was getting at.
8.5%, my man.
On Eagles.
On Eagles, yep. If you buy $2,000 or more in one purchase, no matter what kind of precious metal, well, it has to be gold, silver, or platinum in one session, one transaction, then it's tax free. They raised it from 1,500 when I first started a few years ago to 2,000 for some reason.
Yeah. So
Which-
in Florida, the way it works for us, any U.S. currency, past or present, is tax free. So Eagles, constitutional, all that is tax free. So, but on any other bullion, 500 and over, once you cross 500, then it's tax free.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So no, it really isn't that bad. But honestly, there should be no tax on any bullion.
I agreed 100%.
Yeah.
100%. In fact, you should have tax incentives for buying bullion. You know, you should be like, if say you buy $10,000 of bullion a year, you should qualify to get like some kind of like reward for that off of your taxes.
Yeah, that would be if they wanted us to actually own that stuff, but they really don't.
Yeah,
right?
they don't want that cash out of circulation.
Well,
No.
that was a big reason why California raised the minimum purchase from 1,500 to 2,000. They don't want people stacking. And California, as you guys know, is extra loosey-goosey, let's just say that. And I thought it was a little bit racist to do that and discriminatory, because say you're a low-income individual, say you work at McDonald's and it's your dream to own 10 ounces of gold. You're not able to really to buy that 10 ounces in one $2,000 purchase. You're going to have to buy fractional, and you're going to have to pay taxes on it. And that's messed up, because if you're a rich businessman, for example, you know, $2,000 is nothing. So, California has a huge minority population, and we all know minority populations tend to have lower incomes, just the way it is. And now you're making it harder for them to buy precious metals. That's, in my opinion, a little racist.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it is discriminatory against the little guy, that's for sure.
Well, you say you don't know about that, but if it was anything else, say it was food, for example, if you buy $2,000 worth of, or $100 worth of food and it's tax free, all of a sudden people would be claiming that's super racist, because if you don't make a lot of money and you're, say, you live in the projects and they're taxing your food but not taxing mine because I buy a little more, that's financial and racial discrimination, in my opinion. And it's the same thing with the precious metals. $2,000 is a ton of money, and not many people can afford that.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying to a point, but in a sense, is it kind of not a self-fulfilling prophecy on the racism if we assume that all, the poor people are mostly minorities?
But if you look at the stats, man, if you go to any bad neighborhood in California, it's predominantly minority.
Right.
Every single one.
Now, is it bad because it's minority, or is it bad because it's got a lot of crime? That's where you get into the weeds.
Well, that doesn't matter. What's bad is that they're making it so people that don't make a lot of money can't buy gold and silver without paying taxes, when people who make a lot of money could buy all the gold and silver they want and don't have to pay taxes.
Well, and the reason
California,
is because the people with the money are the ones making the rules.
Well, there's that. But if you look at it like as a glass half full picture, you can say like, well, at least there's an option to still buy gold and silver in California tax-free. That's how I look at it. But at the same time, it's so unfair to people that don't make a lot of money. It's really unfair, and it keeps them from stacking. And if you take the race part of it out and just say it's just discrimination in general, because why should I be able to get it for tax-free and they can't?
Right. No, I totally agree. I think everything should be tax-free.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. But having those limits at that amount of money, I could understand $500. You know, I don't like it, but I understand it. But 2,000, you know, what if they raise it to 20,000? Then I'm out of the game. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
But 8%, man. Like if you just want to buy a gold or a silver eagle for $40, you're paying 8% tax on that. That's just, how are you supposed to make any? How are you supposed to like?
Yeah, and that's in your area. If you go down to LA County, you're paying 10.75, 11%.
Oh God.
Right or wrong?
I think you're right in some parts of SoCal. I think they have the highest tax in the entire country.
Yeah, I remember when I went to In-N-Out Burger in Venice, and I looked at the receipt. I almost fell over. It was 10.75% tax.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
It's sick.
It's sick, man. But you know, eventually things are gonna implode, and we're gonna come out on top. It always happens like that. You know, the nerdy kid that gets picked on all the time in the 4 years of high school now drives a Bentley, right?
This is true. This is very true. So, you know, that's a great, you brought up a good point, right? You say, when you say we're going to come out ahead, you're obviously referring to stackers, right?
100%. Okay,
so what in a shit hits the fan scenario, let's just say the dollar fails, okay? They got to change currency, make a digital currency, different stuff, default on debt, however it's handled, okay? How do we price precious metals if there is no dollar? And at that point, what do we, you know, are we going to be transacting in precious metals? How is it? What's the scenario? Where is it going to go?
So there will always be a dollar. Every country has currency. So there will always be a dollar. The dollar has a long way to, so say like the dollar, when you say the dollar crashes, say like China dumps treasuries or something tomorrow, you'll still be transacting in the dollar, but you'll just be paying a crazy amount for something. Say you want a sandwich at the grocery store. Well, it's going to cost you $50 now. Yeah. You know, eventually things will catch up where you'll start getting paid more, or you know, just kind of like what happened with COVID. We were a short, tiny little foot away from hyperinflation there, and the Fed's been just cutting rates for what, like 5 years now. So I don't think the dollar is going to go anywhere. Even if it crashes, people are going to still need to transact. I just think the metals will cost way more. I was looking at cars because, you know, my lease is coming due and I might buy a car or release another car. And I was just curious what some of these Mercedes and Beamers cost. And it's not uncommon to see them over $100,000. Now, when I was in high school, not even that long ago, 20 years ago, you know, 50 grand got you a sick Beamer. So the Beamers are still there. You're just going to be paying a lot more money for them. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think a lot of people, if the dollar were to crash, would just start swapping their money out for different forms of currency, like the euro or, you know, whatever other currency is kind of looking sexy at the time or starting to replace the dollar. But I don't see the dollar going anywhere. This is still America. We still have the strongest currency, even if it wasn't the world's reserve currency. It's just, I think assets. So my dad was in real estate. That's how he made his fortune. And today he would tell you, don't get into real estate. Just don't do it. And a lot of the old boomer types who made good money on real estate will say the same thing. You'll see a lot of young guys who say that, you know, you can go on Instagram and see all these guys faking it, saying they flip houses and make all this money. But that form of wealth preservation, so to speak, is gone. It's just not there anymore. The margins are too thin, especially in California with the taxes. The stock market, it's not the same stock market as it was anymore. You know, we're at the top of a bubble now, not building up to a bubble. So you can still make money in the stock market, but you're not going to get filthy rich in it anymore like you could in, like, say, the mid 90s or the early 90s. So what other asset classes are there? A lot of people are doing the high yield savings account thing, and that's okay, but you're never going to get more than like 5 to 6 to 7% APR, and then you got to pay taxes on top of that. So, you know, that's the safe bet right now, but it's not that attractive. What else is there? Well, there's precious metals, and look what precious metals have done over the last couple of years, especially the last year. They're soaring, and I don't really see an end in sight. If you are really, really in the know, then it's tech stuff. But at the same time, a lot of those tech companies are risky. I don't know enough about it to be investing in it. So I'm sticking with what I know. That's precious metals.
Right, right. Well, you know, I mean, precious metals, if you look at a 24-month chart, it looks great. If you look at a 10-year chart, there was a lot of lean years, you know, more like a 15-year chart, let's just say, from like the peaks of 2010, 2011. I mean, there was a big trough there. There was a lot of lean years. Now you could say, okay, that gave people an opportunity to stack a lot of metal, and it did. But the stuff that they were stacking, their DCA was going, basically was on a downward trend as opposed to an upward trend, right?
Yep.
So.
Well, I see a lot of people in the chat. I haven't been peeking at it too much during this because my little setup is away from my computer here, but I was peeking at it. And yeah, there are a few people saying that, you know, that real estate shouldn't be dismissed so easily. But real estate goes in cycles, and we're in the part of a cycle right now where, at least in my state, I wouldn't want to buy for $1 million in California. You don't really get much. And this is a pretty prime market when it comes to real estate. It's California. But I wouldn't, if I had $1 million and you gave me options to put it into, I wouldn't put it into real estate, not with the taxes here. And there's certain taxes too that even my family's worried about now. Inheritance taxes, they're trying to crank those up. There's property taxes. There's, you know, the money that goes into maintaining a home, maintaining a yard. It's not worth it. $1 million in gold or silver or platinum for me is way more attractive, way more lucrative. Or even investing in like a universal life insurance policy. For me, that would be like an IUL would be more attractive than real estate right now. But that cycle will eventually come bullish again for real estate. They say we have a big real estate crash like what's happening in Dallas or Phoenix or Florida. Then those are going to be great times to buy. But right now, at least in California, we're at the top of the market, and you have to be foolish to buy here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even
with real estate,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
The funny thing I think with real estate is everybody always talks about, you know, precious metals and real estate, precious metals and real estate. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Well, you don't hold your real estate and you don't own it. I don't care. I know you pay it all off. You own the land, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you something. If the government wants your land, they're going to come take it. So like with the whole real estate thing, and you pay taxes on it every year, no matter what land you own, you pay taxes on it. So like the real estate gets me when, I mean, I get it. You don't hold it, you don't own it. You own your real estate, but you don't really own your real estate. You lease it. You rent it from the government. My parents, they own your front yard got taken halfway out because they wanted to put a sidewalk up. Not halfway out, but they took like a chunk of their front yard because the city wanted to put a sidewalk up. Well, they owned that land though. They owned it. They held it. They owned it. No, they didn't. The city wanted it, so they took it and they put a sidewalk up.
Exactly. And also too,
when people talk about real estate and you don't, you know, that's a great investment and blah, blah, blah. You own it, you hold it, you own it, you hold it. You still pay taxes on it. The government owns
and you're at the mercy of other things too, not just the government. So like in Napa Valley right now, the houses are super expensive, mainly because of the wine industry. But the younger generations aren't drinking wine anymore. And a lot of these vineyards can't sell their grapes anywhere. So it's going to affect the housing prices if people don't have an industry there. Now, Napa Valley is kind of turning into like a tourist, like what do you call it? Like a spa type of place, like a resort area now. And it's moving away from the grapes. But even then, are millennials and Zoomers going to be wanting to spend that kind of money to go to spas? I don't know. And so all those big properties over there are going to lose value, in my opinion. Now, Silver Sleuth said IULs are terrific. I agree. IULs are awesome. And if you guys don't know what an IUL is, it's Indexed Universal Life Insurance. And it's a policy where you pay into the policy every month, say like $1,000. And the money you put in, you pay taxes up front on that money. But as the money grows, say in 20 years, when I cash out my policy, that money, I don't have to pay any taxes when I take it out. So all those profits I get to rack in. It's the complete opposite of an IRA where you don't pay taxes right now, but then they get you with huge taxes when you take it out after your money has grown. But the good part about an IUL is you can borrow against the death benefit when you're still alive. So say, for example, in 10 years from now, I have $1 million death benefit that's going to pay out when I die. But say I want to take that $1 million when I'm still alive. I could take that money out at like 2% interest and spend $1 million and not have to pay it back as long as I keep the policy going. Now, when I die, my heirs wouldn't get anything, but I would get basically a free $1 million just for having that policy. And the other part,
anyway, they're on their own.
The other cool part about IULs is they're no loss, which means, so like right now I have my IUL allocated into the S&P. So if the S&P goes down, say it goes down 10% next year, I lose no money. It's a no loss policy. I only get the gains. So when the S&P goes up, I get money, but if it goes down, I don't lose anything. So that's why I really like IULs. It's a huge advantage to having them. The only downside is basically you have to keep it for life. So the more you pay into it up front and early, the better it is. And there's fees up front, but the fees go away after about the third or fourth year. So IULs are great. I kind of, if my, say silver went to $1,000 tomorrow, I'd probably cash out and put everything into the IUL and then just live off of that, never work again.
Yeah. Well, the move on that is when your children are born to buy them an IUL right as they're born, because it's super, super cheap, and you'll probably end up paying $5 or $6 grand into it. And it'll be fully funded.
You see that a lot with Jewish families. That's why you see a lot of like, Jewish people that are very, very wealthy when they're early in life.
It's funny. Matt Wing says, miss a tax payment and see who owns your land. That's funny because out here, mess around with the HOA and see who owns your house. If you mess around with the HOA, they put a lien on your house and they own your house.
Yep.
So
no, HOA
thinks they own their house and they own their land or whatever. The HOA owns more of my house than I do.
Well, even look at people who owned a bunch of rental properties, and then pandemic came along and the government said it's okay, you don't have to pay your rent. Yeah.
And
then
what?
A lot of people went down with that.
Yeah.
Now they did conversely say the bank couldn't foreclose on you, but then that ran out, and then a lot of people got foreclosed on and they lost their rental properties.
Because they didn't pay on them and they couldn't afford to pay on them.
Not to mention somebody stops paying and then they have squatters' rights,
Yeah.
If you go look on like on the real estate sites right now, you'll see a lot of stuff across the country for sale, and a lot of it is condos with HOAs because nobody wants to buy those.
The big thing
because
over
the HOA has more rights to your house than you do. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. The big thing over here now, because we had that condo building down in Miami that collapsed, right? So now all these multi-story condo buildings on the ocean, they're all getting inspected, and they're finding out the balconies are about to fall off. The rebar is all corroded. So they're having to put huge assessments on these buildings that everybody has to pay. I know a guy that is a security officer at one of the buildings over there. Each unit got assessed $100,000 for repairs to the building. $100 grand. You got no
Oh
choice. You got to
man.
pay it,
Yep. Oh God.
or you got to
At
sell
Silver
it and
State,
try and sell it with 100,000 assessment on
Silver
it.
State says the HOA can sell your house.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
They can
yeah,
foreclose, take your house, and sell it.
yeah.
They're actually
Hey,
first in line before the bank.
Vegas, what do you think about those hotel residences? I think what was it, the Sahara? You can buy like a hotel room there essentially.
Well, I
Or was it
know
the no,
I
it's the
don't.
Trop. It was the Trop, I think.
I know there was when when the Cosmopolitan first opened, they were supposed to be condos. So there were people that bought them, and then like the whole Deutsche Bank folded and or whatever, they quit building on it and this and that. Well, the people were still in those condos, and I know for a while there were still a couple people that owned um a AK like quote unquote condo, but it was more of a hotel. And I know they would rent them back to the casino for a little bit, and then like let the casino rent them out, and then
Oh, cool.
they would just block them out. Like, okay, I'm gonna be there this week, so don't rent
Like
it
a
out this
timeshare.
week. Yes, yeah, pretty much. But and I think those were going for like $1 million at the time too. So I mean, they
Yeah, the
got a
Trops are going for 500K. I was last time I was in Vegas,
condo
a
on the
taxi
strip.
driver was saving up for one.
Yeah, so I mean, somebody got a condo on the strip basically for $1 million, and they probably made that back in the first 2 years.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
I I think there are some out there like that. Silver State might know more about that, but I know there's some out there that were like that.
What do you know about the art district over in Vegas? I heard that was like a hot place to be buying right now because they're building the arena.
I think the art district, I think that's downtown area. I think it's popping a little bit. Silver State would know about that as well. Silver State does real estate in this area.
Now,
Okay. Okay.
when you say arena, what arena are they building? Are you talking about the baseball stadium there?
Yeah, I think
No.
they were building something over in the art district, some kind of arena that the guide was telling me about it, and he was because I was just asking him, if you could buy a property in Vegas, where would you buy it? And he was saying the art district, um, or they're building something over there that's going to be like a big attraction.
Silver State says nobody's buying in the art district. I
Really?
know
Okay.
they want to build a basketball arena out here. The baseball is right on the strip, so I don't know. Um, there's not
Yeah,
really
got
housing
it.
around there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and where the Knights play is right on the strip as well. So, I mean, wouldn't they share that with a basketball team?
No, Silver State says they want to build a basketball arena next to Turnberry, which I think that's in the art district, right? Silver State, I think.
I know North Vegas is one of the fastest growing places in the whole country.
Northwest. Blue collar, that would be like out where we were when we were helping Liberty move that poker table.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big area. My wife, one of her friends lives out that way. It's like on the way to Utah. It's like way northwest, and it was real quiet and real not secluded, but it was real quiet up in that area. But now they're starting to build a lot of stuff up there too.
Is that
The
like
town's expanding
Sun,
out
Sun
farther and
City
farther
area?
and farther. What's that?
Do they call that like Sun City up there or
Centennial.
Centennial? Okay.
Yeah. And they're building more and more stuff up there. There's going to be a casino up there soon, and this city's it's building out so much it's ridiculous. They're blowing up parts of mountains to build houses.
Huh.
Over in Summerlin, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Not far from me, they chewed into this mountainside to put up houses, and I mean they're like $1 million houses because they're up on the side of into the mountain and they have a city view. So,
Huh. Crazy.
and this is
Well, shout
becoming
out to Liberty.
they're well, he was just moving a poker table in that area. This is becoming the little, what do I say, like the little Hollywood. I think a lot of the people are putting houses out here.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Californians moving in the area, huh?
Oh yeah, like nuts. I think a lot of Hollywood is like a lot of actors and actresses and stuff. Oh, Silver State says no, it's behind Fountain Blue. They're putting the arena behind Fountain Blue. Well, I guess that's fitting.
Fountain Blue,
Yeah.
that's the one that laid dormant for years, right?
Yeah.
No, that's a new one, isn't it?
It's
Didn't they
new,
just
but
reopen it?
it laid dormant since the last real estate crashes, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
that's right. Yeah, they just finished it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they like started building it and then they quit building it and they were getting fined like every day for that they weren't building it and yeah, that was a big, like you said, I think that was the real estate crash and they quit building on it. And yeah, it finished like a year ago, I think.
yeah.
A year or two, I can't remember.
Nice.
That was owned by that dude that just passed away, wasn't it? What was that guy's name?
Oh,
They're,
I know you're talking about the guy with
the guy who
timeshare?
owned Westgate.
Siegel. Barry
I
Siegel.
know there's a Fountain Blue in Florida, a Fountain
Yeah,
Blue
well,
hotel, I think.
the guy that owned, I think it was the guy that owned the Westgate, and they have that here, and they had it out there, but they're also building like this 70,000 square foot house, and I think it's in Windermere, over here in Florida. That was
Documentary.
God, that thing went on for 15 years.
It's still being built.
It's still being built. It's crazy.
Silver State says the arena is going to be north of Turnberry. He says people with $1 million condos will be looking at the arena. Nice.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, that's just part of living in the city, you know?
Well, it's weird to call Vegas like a city now. You know, it feels like an actual city all of a sudden. It got sports teams. The UFC is headquartered there now. All the resorts have just gotten super expensive.
Yeah.
They're pricing a lot of people out of vacationing
Mhm.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed that too because that's where I used to go with the wife for vacays, but it's just gotten too expensive. And the Formula One thing was a big mess, shut down the whole city.
Yeah.
This will be the third year, I think, of Formula One, and I think it'll probably be the last year. They
Now,
had a
what is it?
10-year
That's
contract.
in November, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
right around Thanksgiving time, either before or after. I think it's right before Thanksgiving.
it takes them a couple of months to put everything up, all the grandstands and everything. And
Oh, it's a freaking nightmare.
yeah,
I think they had like a 10-year contract, but they could get out after 1 year. Or I mean after 3 years. So I think this might be their last year. Because it's not the big money maker they thought it was going to be. It's a big headache. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, you know, people like walking around the strip. They don't like having it all closed off like that.
Yeah, and it's like closed off for a couple days. It's November 20th to the 22nd.
okay.
Yeah, they closed the strip for a couple days because of practice, and they have to make sure the road's all correct. And just to get around the strip area is a nightmare when that's closed.
Yeah, they got all the fencing and stuff up for like a month or so before, even.
Yeah,
Right?
it was closed down for like a month when I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister was out here with her kids, and they wanted to see the Bellagio fountains, but they couldn't because of they had it all blocked off. And yeah, that was like a month ahead of time. Silver State, I disagree with you. It's going to be a nightmare. I don't want it. Silver State says we need a basketball team here. I don't agree. I don't want
Well,
one here.
it's taken away from Vegas. It's just making Vegas like every other city now.
It's when they had the NBA All-Star game here, it was an absolute nightmare. This city was in the biggest disarray ever. People walking out of cabs, walking out of dinner without paying,
Hmm.
fights everywhere. I mean, it was a nightmare, and I'm afraid that's what the NBA is going to bring back.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's ridiculous that they're going to build a separate arena for it.
Yeah, I don't understand that neither because, like you said,
Every
they
other
could share
city
that.
shares the arena with the hockey team, you know,
Absolutely,
for the most
it's
part.
money. It's money hungry. That's all. I don't know. I don't know if the city's putting any money towards it. I don't know how it's getting built or who's going to build it.
Well,
But
if it
they'll
goes
want to have
anything
other.
if it goes anything like the Sphere went, it'll be so far over budget, and it'll take way longer than it originally planned.
I imagine they want it so they can have their own events there and they can make their own money or whatever. But whatever.
What's Vegas going to do for water in like 10 years? Lake Mead's, not looking too good.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's nuts.
Well, what they're
And-
going to do is they're going to cut LA off. They'll have to cut LA off.
And
just,
building more hotels and more arenas and more this and more that doesn't help the water shortage. That's for sure.
yeah.
There's so many any open lot they're building either apartment complexes, houses, or strip malls. It's freaking nuts. Silver
Yeah.
State says we survived the Raiders. We can survive a basketball team. I don't know about that, man. Were you out here for the NBA All-Star game, Silver State? It was a nightmare. I don't know. We did survive the Raiders, though. That's been successful, I guess. That doesn't exactly bring in the best crowds when those games are going on either, though. Lake Mead is a California problem, not a Nevada problem. We put back more water than we consume, and we have a aquifer.
Aquifer, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
So, I mean, when it comes down to it, a lot of California's water comes from Lake Mead.
Yeah.
a lot
And-
of it.
Yeah.
A lot of SoCal in general, and then there's that lake in Lake Havasu. I know water comes out of there, but that's not good water at all.
Isn't it? What's the lake that's south of Mead? Is that Lake Powell?
I don't know.
Yeah, because there's like several lakes, along the Colorado River. But I heard the water was actually rising in Mead. Is that like over now? I mean, 6 months ago, the water was on the way up.
I have no idea. I don't follow
No,
it.
it's low. It's low. What honestly they could do is just pipe the water down from Canada, just have a huge aqueduct system. That's really going to be the only solution.
Oh, when it becomes a 51st state, it'll be easier.
I mean, it already should. I was looking at exchange currency like rates the other day, and it's just funny that Canada has their own currency. It's just so derpy, and who would ever want to use Canadian dollars when the Canadian government has zero gold?
Well, yeah, that and what is an ounce of silver in Canadian? Have you ever looked at that? It's like $58 an ounce or something.
Yeah, but it's even then, it's like, oh, I have Canadian dollars. It's like, well, you might as well just have Monopoly money, bro.
Hey, you know what? There was a point about 15 years ago where Canadian currency was valued higher than U.S. currency.
That's very true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But valued, right? The Canadian government holds no precious metals.
Yeah, but they have a lot of oil, though.
They do, and timber and stuff, but I don't know.
We know our government holds gold.
That's very true.
I think they only got 38 million people, and they got a good supply of oil up there.
Yep, that's true. But you know what? Oil's expensive up there.
Yeah. It's expensive to get to. Yeah.
I listened to a podcast by two Canadian guys, and they pay higher prices for stuff than I do here in California.
Yeah, but based on what? The Canadian dollar?
No, like the cost of electricity over there, cell phone bills are way higher than mine. The cost of food is about the same. Gas is more expensive, so Canadian people are getting really, really pinched right now. No one's really talking about it, but it's not pretty.
But again, I'm not defending Canada, but they have universal health care.
Their healthcare sucks, man. It's not universal.
I hear you, but it's better than nothing. And a lot of people have.
It's not better than American healthcare, though, and that's saying something.
Yeah, well, it's like a lot of people here in America, the poor people get health care because they get it for nothing. The rich people don't have to worry about it. It's the middle class that's suffering.
That's true, but in Canada, they were saying that it's 6 months if you want to see a doctor. So 6 months for a problem is a long time to wait. I had to go see
Yeah.
a doctor for a little skin thing like a week ago, and I only had to wait 5 days.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. A lot of people say that about the UK too. And a buddy of mine that actually is a UK, he owns a home in UK. He was born in UK. He's an American citizen now, but he owns, he has a dual citizenship. He says you can go into any clinic, walk in, get treated, and walk out, no bill. And he says it's
Their taxes are
readily
crazy,
available.
right?
Readily available.
Doesn't that come out of like their taxes? They pay higher taxes and stuff.
Yeah, of course, and they have more debt per capita than we do. I mean, they got a smaller debt, but they have a lot less people.
And their people are overall healthier too.
Yeah. Well,
Silver State said Canadians come to America for healthcare and Americans go to Mexico for healthcare.
That's true.
That's true.
Americans go all over, man. They go to freaking Thailand. They go to everywhere but here.
You'll get that Turkish hair transplant.
My buddy did that, or one of my wife's friends' husband. Where'd he go? He went to Spain or Argentina or something to get hair plugs.
How's he looking?
Is that healthcare?
They turned out good. It looks good, and it was way cheaper than doing it here. So I mean, I don't know. Healthcare outside of this country is, well, I mean, like Blue Collar said, it's free if you don't. It's free here if you're broke.
Yeah.
But if you pay health insurance, it's not free.
What were you showing there?
I was trying to show the Eagle Privy.
But what's the privy on that? I couldn't see it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. It's not working. It's not focusing. But
it's 2025 Eagle.
It's an Eagle Privy. It's a little tiny eagle. You can't really see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
But this shit in camera doesn't want to focus. So, maybe I got to hold something behind it like that.
When they start making those?
2025s.
Nice.
Right there. It's just a little flying eagle.
Oh, that's cool.
Can't really see it, but
I see nothing.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh man, I gotta get one of those.
Yeah.
I get a monster box of those.
A monster box. Yeah, you should. You should buy it. You can
monster box.
Monster box.
FG says, what I want to know is if every country is up to their eyeballs in debt, who do they owe it all to? Good question.
That's a good question.
Well, they say it's debt, okay, but what it is basically is just currency that was printed out of thin air. It's some of it is in the form of treasuries, and correct me if I'm wrong, but most of it is just the Federal Reserve and printing currency out of nowhere. So it's just a number on a ledger, essentially.
You owe it to nobody.
Well, I mean, a lot of it is kind of owed to nobody.
Owed to us, the American people that are paying the tax.
Yeah, more or less.
Right.
Basically, it creates inflation, which is a hidden tax, right? It's just a way to tax the people. And that's how they're going to get rid of the debt. They're going to inflate it away.
Yeah, but your average person is in debt. Like your average person that owns a house, for example, or a car, they're in debt on those items.
Yeah, they have assets that back that, though.
Sort of.
It's not like unsecured debt. There's plenty of that, too,
But a lot of it is unsecured debt. I mean, if you own a $500,000 house and you've paid, 25% off and you lose your job, you don't have assets to cover the rest of that.
Well, no, but the bank is going to take the house and they're going to sell it and recoup their money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, you'll lose it, but the bank's not going to lose.
No.
Unless we have a real estate crash like we had in 08 or 07, whatever it was.
Silver Sue says
we
most
kind
people
of are starting to enter into one.
Yeah. But a lot of these houses now were financed 20% down, right? So they're only 80% loan to value and at much lower pricing.
Yeah.
The ones that are the most recent, like say the last 2 to 3 years, people they started relaxing on the amount of money that had to be put down. So there'll be a lot of foreclosures in more recent sales. I don't think
Yes.
it's going to be the older ones.
You could be a first-time home buyer in California with 3% down if you qualify.
Yes.
I just saw my wife saw it. She was like, "Oh, look, you can get a house at I think it was like 1.5 or 2.5% interest." But like
Adjustable
you read
rate.
the fine print and it's like for a year. And then after that year it's like 6.5 or something.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, and then your mortgage payment goes from like 2,900 to 3,900.
I don't like blue collar, you know, my wife and I we make decent money and we have no kids. And I don't understand how people survive. If I were to buy a new house right now, or a house, not even a new house, if I were to buy my house, the house I own, if I were to buy this with a family of me, my wife, and a kid or 2 kids, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
It's freaking nuts. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, the same situation I have here. I mean, I've been in my house for 22 years. If I had to buy it today, I wouldn't be able to afford it because number one, it's 2.5 times what I paid for it, and number two, the taxes are triple what I pay now. See, what we have here in Florida, I don't know if you have that there. We have a homestead law. So basically, you claim your house as your homestead, and they can only raise your taxes a maximum 3% a year. So 3% is really nothing, you know. When I first moved in, I think our taxes were like 3,400, and I think they're about 46 now. After 22
Silver
years.
State says we have the ablation law. I don't know what that. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, I mean, I bought my house 13 years ago, and same thing, same situation. It's over doubled in value, and the interest rate is over double than what I'm paying. So like a freaking mortgage on my house right now would be probably at least 3 times what I'm paying now.
Yeah. And that's
You
why
know,
Zoomers don't want to buy houses.
yeah, that's true. But they'll pay $1,500 a month in rent for a 600 square foot apartment.
Right, because they
But
have
then
no
again, that's
choice,
because they
man.
can't afford a house. So
More
That's
than
I mean,
that in California.
I'm
Well,
sure, yeah.
I believe that you can look this up, but the average house now is 8 times the average annual income, where back 20 years ago it was 3.5, 4 times. Now
I believe it.
Silver State probably knows that because he's a smart dude. So confirm that if you will.
I believe it.
Yeah. Well, my son does a lot of research because my son, he hasn't bought a house, but he's saved and he's getting married in January. And he's like, Dad, I don't know if I want to buy a house. He goes, it's just not the time. And of course, I agree with him. I told him, I said, wait a year, wait 2 years. Houses are going to be half what they are right now. So
The
hopefully,
market it's crazy.
yeah, hopefully he takes my advice. I'm sure he will, but honestly, he doesn't need my advice. I should be taking advice from him. So,
But like, man, dude, they're popping up houses everywhere out here. And Silver
yeah,
State said the ones that are in my area, I believe he said at one point they're already sold out and they're not even done built yet.
yeah.
Nuts.
So Rob's numismatic said in 2 years, when my daughter graduates high school, we'll be moving out of California so we can actually have a house and land somewhere else.
Smart man.
Makes sense.
I
Yeah,
would love to have
California,
some land.
man.
I'd be doing the same thing. I get paid extra to stay here, so that's why I'm here. But I had a buddy that just moved to South Carolina, and I was doing the math. And right now, I go into the office. It's close by, easy commute. But if I were to work fully remote and move to South Carolina, because the cost of living is so much less over there, I would come out the same as I do now working remote.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe it. FG says at Blue Collar, hey, you say that. I've been thinking of selling our house, renting for a couple years, then buying back after the housing crash comes. I know somebody that tried that here, and I think they pissed away all their money.
Well, I could tell you this, FG. In my market, you will have missed the boat because I think it would be tough to sell right now. The peak was probably about a year and a half ago. So I'm not sure how it is in your market out there, but here that ship sailed.
Well, I'll say that I like renting. I can write off some of my rent because of my business, but it's nice if anything breaks, yeah, I get it fixed right away. I don't have to worry about any kind of HOA or upkeep. I could move when I want to. If I lose my job, I'm not on the hook for a mortgage. It's renting has its advantages, but you have to know how to be able to kind of manipulate that.
Yeah. Well, they say there's a lot of tax advantages to owning real estate, but the bottom line is the reason there's tax advantages is because it's a higher cost. You know, you're paying real estate taxes, you're paying higher insurances. And there's a lot of things that you're paying interest.
Well, to take advantage of those tax incentives, you have to do certain things, right? So, like, say you have a rental property, then you get to rent, you get to write off a part of your car, you get to write off a part of the landscaping, all this stuff because it's a business. But just owning a house outright, you really don't get too much tax incentives if you just own a house and live in it. And like I said, my father was in real estate, and he says that he would rent right now if he was doing it all over, just because in California they cut the margins that razor thin of between for the profit of it, that you're putting in so much work and what are you getting?
Yeah, there's a much lower return on investment now. Yeah.
Especially here. I'm sure other states it's probably a lot more of a go-getter attitude, but here it's just depressing.
Mm. Yeah, it's almost like you guys kind of price yourselves out of the market, right? So how do you reverse that? It's like I can never understand why a shitbox 1,600-foot house is worth $3 million in California, and it's worth 300,000 in Florida.
Yep, and I think Silver Sleuth or Silver State Stacker was right when he said that the rich buy it under a business, like an S corporation, for example, and then they rent it, and that's pretty much what a lot of people do out here.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, and Mishy, welcome in, Mishy. I don't know if you've been here, but just noticed. Mishy says the same thing you were saying, Vegas. You pay your house off, but you still don't own it. You still got to pay the government their yearly rent. That's not
It'll
really
always
rent.
be that way.
Obviously, you're getting services and roads and schools and all that. But by the time you pay your house off, you got no kids in school. So
And you pay income tax. That's what that money should be going towards.
yeah, I
Average
guess
person probably doesn't even pay their house off.
no, because the average person only keeps their house for 7 years.
The average person might not even pay income tax either. Isn't it only like half the people in the whole country actually pay taxes?
I think it's actually less than half now.
Oh, God.
Interesting. Yeah, less than half now since the last administration, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so we're just paying for all these bums just to not work.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think, you know what? I think the government just doesn't even care because they know that we're in a debt spiral. Okay, so what's going to happen?
Yeah, who cares, right?
Exactly. I mean, we're in
Yeah.
a debt spiral. They're going to just overprint. Look, we could run the presses overnight and print up $36 trillion bills. You know what I mean? And say, okay,
Government doesn't care because it doesn't affect them.
now the debt's paid. We got no debt. But now we're
The
going to have
government
massive
doesn't care because
inflation.
it doesn't affect them. They're making $100,000, $200,000 a year, but they're worth $100 million. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother discussion. How Mishy was talking about that in his live today. How does AOC go from a broke bartender 5 or 6 years later? She's an eight-figure millionaire. She's
Yeah.
worth like $30 million. How does that happen?
You know, most people in her situation and her age are still paying off their, their Boston college tuition.
Yep.
But, at the same time, guys, we don't have to be, I mean, we're doing the right thing by stacking. Silver is what, close to 15-year highs right now. Gold is up, platinum is up. The dollar is tanking. The world's, crazy as hell, but we're on a very steady course. We're on a very steady ship. So, it's weird, but times are good.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah.
For the right people, yeah. That being said, silver is down 8 cents right now.
Uh-oh. Wait, just after midnight, though. So it's actually higher than it was, though, isn't it? Oh, no, it's under 38 right now.
Well, bid is 37.99. The ask is 38.11.
Yes.
That's
This
okay.
is
People are just taking profits, but we're going back up. I know I was watching Salivate Metal, I think it was yesterday, and he posted a poll where do you think silver is going to go to $40 by Friday? And it was like the options were 40, 39, 38, 37, and a lot of people were picking 40. So,
well, I voted in that poll, and I said that too. I said it would be.
Yeah, same here. Take the optimist route.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we were 39 this morning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overnight we were 39. That's only $1 away. And with
And
silver,
we're living in
$1 is nothing.
We're living in this weird world now too, where like Fridays have been pretty good the last month or so. They haven't been slam days anymore.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, it's reversing.
I think what it is we're just we're through resistance, and now that resistance that we were facing is now the floor, and it's up and away, man. I think it's going to be in the 40s before we know it.
Well, the Fed's got to print in September. They don't really have a choice.
That's true.
I mean, they could try to hold again, but then they're just going to have to print even more, the next month or two. So September is a big, big meeting.
How about that guy that's running for mayor in New York City?
Oh, that commie guy?
Yeah, the commie dude. The guy is a personable dude. He's going to get elected. You know what I mean? I mean, he puts forth a happy face, but his message is just disgusting.
Well, the thing is, you don't get very far in America by being an anti-Israel politician.
Have you been reading the news lately, though? That's the thing.
I know he's popular, but remember when AOC and Omar, they were the squad? I don't know if you remember that during COVID. Well, like AOC, that was her highlight, right? The second she started talking about the BDS movement and boycotting Israel, they squelched her ass for like 2 years. You didn't hear her, you didn't see her on TV, nothing for 2 years after she started talking bad about Israel. And they brought her back, and guess what? She's not mentioned Israel. So you're not allowed to be a politician here and criticize them, or they'll just shut you down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we'll see how far he goes. But if he doesn't, I mean, they make you sign loyalty pledges in like 30 out of the 50 states if you're a federal contractor, saying that you can't say anything bad about Israel for some reason.
Yeah, why is that? What's the big fascination?
I know it's weird. It's really weird. It's almost like a king's like declaration, where the king says you must do this, and if you don't, you get beheaded. That's pretty much what it is. You get financially beheaded if you say anything bad about Israel.
Yeah, and so, I don't think it makes you an anti-Semite to criticize Israel.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I mean, if say Argentina was doing something you didn't like and you spoke out about it, doesn't make you anti-Argentinian,
right?
So it's just weird to have to sign loyalty pledges to a country that you don't live in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just strikes me the wrong way because, I'm American. We had to break away from England, and You know, we've never had a king, but that's as close to having a king as it gets, signing loyalty pledges to someone else.
Yeah, it is very strange. I grant you that. I mean, I've always been a supporter of Israel. I come from New York. I got a lot of Jewish friends. But nowadays, the U.S. Jews don't even support Israel anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's
A
just
lot of them don't.
they're not America. Like, we need to be spending money here. I don't care what country it is, you know? We need to be spending money here. And look at every war in our lifetime. It's been in the Middle East against an Israel enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Iraq never did anything to me. Libya never did anything to me. Palestine never did anything to me. What was the other ones that were over there? Damascus, Syria never did anything to me.
Yep.
Iran never did anything to me, but they all don't like Israel.
Right.
So go figure. I mean, and even North Korea, like, you know, out of all the countries, we would have the most justification for North Korea, but they're not in the Middle East, so we don't even care.
Right, exactly. Speaking of North Korea, we got a North Korean coin.
Do you really?
Yeah, man. It's a graded. Where's that North Korean coin?
Kim Jong-un's gonna come for you,
I'm
man.
not gonna get it. It's out in the.
You gotta cut your hair.
That is state property, man. You're not supposed to have that.
It's graded by NGC. It's an NGC graded world coin. Literally from North Korea.
Does it have his dad on it?
Stacker Pupper woke up.
Oh yeah. What you doing, Stacker Pupper? You got to pee?
Did she wake up when my dog barked?
I think she woke up when you mentioned North Korea because they eat dogs over there.
Woof woof. Maybe.
We tried to I tried to reach back out to you to get you on when we had Salivate Metals.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. So during the week, I'm just a workhorse and I get lazy about checking my Stacker Factor email. And yeah, I was like kicking myself when I saw that because I've always wanted to be on a stream with Sal. He was one of the reasons why I started my channel.
At first, we were just going to try and focus on him. And then we're like, well, yeah, we could have Stacker Factor on. Why not? Because I know you've been in contact with him a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talk all the time.
Yeah. So I thought he's a cool dude, too, man. It was a cool show. Really,
originally, he told us 20 to 30 minutes, and he ended up staying for an hour and 20 minutes. So he must have had a good time.
For sure. Yeah, no, he's got a great mind when it comes to silver.
Yeah, he was a cool guest for sure. It was.
So FG says he's got some North Korean coins as well. Do you have anything from Croatia? FG. Croatia.
FG's getting all the world coins.
Yeah, no, I know, but I just got one from Croatia. If he doesn't have one, I'll send it to him.
The one coin that I don't have that I really, really want is one of those palladium ballerinas, those Russian ballerinas.
Haven't you guys seen it?
Oh, they're made out of palladium. They have this ballerina on them. They're freaking gorgeous. And they were circulating coins too.
Yep. All right, FG, I got you a coin from Croatia.
Captain Stacks, what's up? Welcome in.
But it's a graded coin. I don't know if that matters. I guess you could crack it out if you want. Let me show it to you. Hold on.
Kalilo says, question of the night. Most interesting pickup so far in 2025.
All right, I'm going to show FG his new coin.
I don't think I have any interesting stuff.
Hold on.
Interesting coin for 2025.
Oh.
That's a good question.
2015 Croatia 5L, whatever that is. Brilliant articulated. There it is. Croatia. It's yours if you want it.
Oh, that's sexy.
It?
Let me know. I'll put it in an envelope. He said Croatia is on his short list.
Is that gold?
No, it's not. Oh shit! I better check. No, it's not gold. It's some kind of brass, I guess. Not sure, but it's a cool looking coin. I mean, it's in a slab. Cool. I know the rest of his stuff's in a book, so he might want to break it out. I don't know.
Says the book challenge is for silver.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Ruined it.
I got you.
Most interesting pickup so far in 2025. I don't know.
I think mine is this one right here. It's a 1776. The answer to 1776, 1984. It's a InfoWars coin, but the design is freaking, I don't know, it's amazing. And it has the little gay frog on it with the pyramid with the eye. Super cool coin.
Blue collar, fix the camera.
What's wrong with it? Oh.
We don't want to see you.
No,
We
you know
gotta
what's
see-
funny? I was looking at him. I
I
was
know.
looking at him. I didn't realize that.
No worries. So yeah, I love how they did the eagle on here. They made it like lightning wings type of deal.
Yeah.
The answer to 1984, 1776. It's got the gay frog on the top of the pyramid there. Just a cool coin. The White House underneath the pyramid. Just a cool coin. Very like conspiratorial.
That's very
But I love
cool.
stuff like that. Yeah. The other InfoWars ones are a little boring. Or I just got the Paul Revere one in. Where is that?
Says mine is a tie, a 1983 Big E Platinum Prospector round NSA, and a slice of a Comex bar. Oh, interesting.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Comex bar. That's on my fucking. Oh, sorry, my swearing. That's on my to get list.
A slice of a Comex bar. Interesting.
Yep. Oh, that'd be sexy. So this is the Paul Revere one that just came out. The InfoWars one. It's pretty cool. It's got the signing of the Declaration of Independence right there, with all the founders, and then Paul Revere on the other side. I'm not sure who makes these, but they're really cool.
FG says his most interesting pickup for him was the Mali Meteorite 5-ounce coin he just picked up. Was this this year, Blue Collar? Did we get this year?
What, 10-ounce kook?
No.
Oh, that's Stacker Factor showing that.
Yeah.
It's
Let me- Sorry, dude. Jesus.
who's running the show around here? Are we?
Do I have to mute you? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that was my most interesting one. I'm going to show it to you right now.
This was from this year, though, right?
Yes.
Or is this last year?
Yeah, that was from this year. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are gorgeous.
So I think this would have to be mine. I don't know if it's interesting, but it's my favorite, I think, for this year.
Yeah, I got that one, and I got the 5-ounce one.
Leaf on it is freaking ridiculous. It's got like a
It is.
domed capsule. Look at the
Yeah,
relief on that thing.
as far as precious metals goes, that's probably one of my favorites that I picked up. But this is my most interesting piece that I picked up.
Of course, Blue Collar had to get the bigger one of that, but that's okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I got that at the Vegas show, Silver State.
Whoa.
Oh, your coal?
Piece of coal from the Titanic.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. That's super
It's
cool.
pretty sick.
Probably haunted.
It probably is, but you know what? I thought about that. Believe me, my first thought was, "Damn, is this like sacrilegious or something?"
If you broke it out and put it in a pipe and smoked it, man, you'd see the ghosts.
Maybe crush it up and snort it.
At a Vegas casino,
Titanic
the
coal.
place of
Baby.
blackjack.
That's my most interesting piece of 2025.
I got a little piece of gold for free the other day. A seller threw it in. It's a 1/4 of a grain.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
But
my wife's got one of those. Yeah.
This is the only gold I own now. I traded all my gold for silver and platinum when it was spiking.
So a grain is 480 grains in an ounce. So a fourth is 16, like about 2,000 in an ounce. So that's worth about $1.90, $2 maybe.
There you go.
It's got some value.
Yep.
You know what? That Liberty piece, that's a 2-ounce round. I bet that's under spot now.
Oh, way under spot. Yeah. You paid 75 for that.
75, yeah. And we thought that was expensive at the time.
I know, dude, I paid $175 for the 5-ounce. That's only 35 an ounce. And we were bitching about that.
We were being cheap asses. We were trying to rob them.
Yeah, that's why when I went back there on Sunday, my flight got canceled or I bailed out of my flight Saturday nights, and I went back on Sunday with the intention of buying them out of the other 5-ounce pieces when I saw how much they were graded, and he was sold out. And I was so pissed off, I kicked myself in the ass for being cheap. For being cheap.
Yeah.
We paid $175 for that. If it comes back as 70, it's like a $500 or $600 piece.
Freaking awesome too.
Yeah.
Well, I bought one of these the other day, $40 scratcher, and I just won my money back. So at least I didn't lose, but that $15 million grand prize would get me a whole lot of silver.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of
You
platinum.
buy silver though at that point?
You'd have to buy
What's it?
platinum.
Ooh, platinum would be nice. I finally got around to seeing David Bateman's $1 billion silver purchase. You guys seen that picture?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
pallets of Comex
Oh
bars.
my god! And then he bought another 100 million after that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What
Now,
a savage!
what does he know that we don't know? Oh wait, we do know. We just don't have that kind of cash.
Yeah, well, he owned that purchase was 1.5% of the total silver yearly supply.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Think about if you owned like 1.5% of all the iPhones, for example. You know how much freaking. Oh my god, that's so much silver.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
But you know, that's what I want to see. If billionaires just start lining up and doing that, oh man.
It would
Then you know
definitely bring
good times are
attention.
coming. For those who own metals, anyway.
Well, guys,
Yeah,
it's been
well-
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired. I need a nap.
All right,
Yep.
brothers. Chat.
Yep.
Thank you guys for sticking with us. Sorry I didn't get to your questions. But yeah, you guys are awesome.
Well,
We
yeah,
got
we'll get you back in soon.
I'd
You're
love to
great-
come back
you're
on,
a
guys.
great guest.
I'm still trying to set up my little home studio here so I could do a face reveal with you guys.
With the grill, you got to do the grill.
Yeah, with the grill. We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, sounds good. We're looking forward to that.
All right, brothers. Another great show as always, and it's great talking to you guys.
Appreciate you,
for coming
man.
on.
Thank
Greatly
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
All right,
Take
guys.
care,
Keep on
Stacker
stacking.
Bye, puppy.
Bye,
See you guys.
Stacker Pupper.
Yeah, my wife posted in the promo. I'm coming for the dog. I'll be there to see the dog.
Thanks, chat. B Taylor, Silver State, Kalilo, B Taylor, Silver State, Kalilo, FG Stacker, Captain Stacks, Captain and Stacks. I said, I guess it should be FG Stacker. Whoever else is in chat, if I'm missing you, Mishy Stacker, thanks for stopping in. Silver Sleuth. I was trying to pay attention to chat a little bit today. I'm tired, so I was not dozing off, but I was spacing out.
I thought you fell asleep at one point there.
I went to the bathroom.
Oh, thank you. Too much information.
Hey, you wanted to know. I forgot.
didn't really want to know.
That was when Nash and Stacker Factor were talking about something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no sleep today. It was rough.
I hear you.
4-hour show last night was tiring.
More than you expected.
Yeah.
But what? My wife's over here chuckling in the background.
Because I went to type duck and I typed dick.
Oh,
We know what you've been talking about.
yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't that stream last night. It wore me out.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that was a lot. I was in there listening for a little while, but it was while I was packing my shit, going down. You know, we had to check off the ship and go through security, customs, and all that crap. And I was listening the whole time in my ear, but I couldn't bid on anything until I got out of the terminal.
You
So
bid at the right time.
I
My
guess I
wife was-
did. Yeah.
My wife was cracking up. She said she was getting ready for work and she could hear me. It's $10, chat. Come on, chat. $10. It's only $10. She said she was about ready to bid.
She should have. She would have got the envelope.
I was laughing.
Yeah, no,
That one,
you were going at it pretty good there for a while. But
I was getting.
did you wonder like what changed when you were just barely able to get $10 bids and then all of a sudden you were getting $24, $25, $26 bids?
It
What
was
changed?
just I think it was when you put people you sent out the notice and got some of your people in there, and then
I did share it, but I don't know how many people actually showed up from that.
and
I
then
shared it to about 15 people.
I don't know if it was just people waking up and then they came in there or whatever. Like that Daddy of Mimi, I've had him in my he was in that one auction that I ran,
Yep.
and he bought up quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if they just got the alerts. Maybe they woke up at the right time or something. I don't know, but I thought the prize pool was good, good enough. It was too good.
What do you got on your stage there? Is that all grams of gold?
It's all my Geigers. Two 1
Oh,
gram Geiger gold, 1 gram or two 1 gram Geiger gold. What is this? 1 gram Geiger silver and a 1 ounce Geiger silver. This
nice.
1 ounce Geiger silver has some toning on it.
You know what? Those things are great, but they're so expensive and there's freaking so much plastic. It's like, what do you do
It's
with
all
that?
toning around the edges. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like brown.
Wait, let me make it bigger.
It's like brown around the edges.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't look that bad.
Oh, this is right here. All brown.
Yeah, dip it. Drill a hole in it and dip it.
My brother gave me this one. I can't do anything with that one.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
one
not.
nothing to get done with. That one's in my deep stack. And then this is just a 1 gram Geiger I think I got as a throw in from Whatnot. And then
Yep.
these are 1 gram Geiger purchases, gold.
Yeah, I got one Geiger 1 grammer, and then I got a couple of Geiger 5 grammers. Well, you can't see them because I like the 5 gram size. They're cool.
I got those when you guys had your Geigers out. Silver Sue says lick it. It's in plastic. It's nothing's gonna happen.
Little
Silver
5
State, are
gram.
you going to the coin show this year or this month? I have to get with Silver State and see if he's going to the coin show.
Yeah, I wonder if 40 ounce will be there.
Probably. I haven't reached out to him lately. I got to reach out to him, see if he's okay.
Yeah.
See what's going on with 40.
Yeah, I was just kind of perusing around his channel the other day, but I haven't seen much of him.
Did you put anything out?
You know what? I didn't even look at the dates, to be honest with you. I was just kind of looking, see what he had there and just scoping it over.
I have to look him up.
Yeah.
Silver State, I'm not sure what days I'm going to go. Probably, hell, I don't know. No clue. Probably Friday, maybe. Maybe I'll do a live from there on Saturday. No, it's too early. It won't be open yet.
Oh, there's my ancient lead coin.
You know what it ended up being was lead?
It was lead, yeah. But still, I haven't figured out what it is and how old it is.
All right. I need some sleep.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yes, see you on Saturday. Who's in Saturday?
Saturday will be Stack Collector from
Yeah,
the
you don't
UK.
want to miss that one. So get up early on Saturday and join us, please. Stack
That'll be a
Collect.
good one.
All the way from the UK.
UK perspective.
We're going to take the show worldwide.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Later, folks.
Appreciate you guys.
Enjoy the week.
Take care. Good night. Thanks again.